RW Junior welcomes you to tonight's Valley Baseball League game between the visiting Purcellville Cannons and your Winchester Royals. The Valley Baseball League takes great pride in providing a fan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, with the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action all summer long. Tonight, the Royals play host to the Purcellville Cannons. And those of you that were tuned in and listened last night and heard me say they were playing Woodstock tonight all night long, I apologize for that. Somehow, I wrote down my schedule wrong when I was putting it together in February. It is, in fact, Purcellville here this afternoon to take on the Royals, not the Woodstock River Bandits. The Cannons come in winners of 4 of 5 over the Winchester Royals. Game 6 between these two teams. And they dare say the two hottest teams in the Northern Division. The Cannons and the Royals have each won 3 games in a row. Combined with the Woodstock River Bandits' 4-game losing streak, the Royals are no longer in last place. They have overtaken Woodstock for 5th and now sit 7.5 games behind first place Strasburg. They're a half game behind Newmarket. So a victory tonight and a Newmarket loss, and the Royals, just like that, find themselves in 4th place and maybe, once again, a conversation for a playoff spot, if you will. Purcellville, they're sitting pretty good as far as playoffs go. They're 15-9. They're in 2nd place. They're a game and a half behind Strasburg, who lost here last night. Your standings look like this in the Northern Division. 17-8, Strasburg leads to the division. They've lost 2 in a row, kind of opening the door for the Cannons a little bit. Purcellville 15-9, a game and a half back. Front Royal 13-13, 4.5 back. Those are your 3 playoff teams if we were to start that today. Newmarket 11-15, 6.5 back. The Royals 11-16, they're 7 back, and Woodstock 10-16, they are 7.5 back. Was gonna review last night's games, except for all of a sudden my iPad has gone haywire and we don't have that information. There we go. Games last night, in case you might have missed them. It was Winchester over Strasburg 11-6. Purcellville knocked off Newmarket 9-4. And Front Royal over Woodstock 7-5 in the Northern Division. Down south, it was Covington over Waynesboro 10-4. Culpeper lost to Charlottesville 8-5, and it was Harrisonburg over Stanton by the final score of 8-4. Games tonight, Purcellville obviously right here to take on the Royals. It's Front Royals at Strasburg. That's a 6 o'clock start, and I don't know if that's because they play 6 o'clock on Sundays or if they're going to squeeze in that suspended game between the Cardinals and the Strasburg Express, so we'll kind of try to keep an eye on that. And Newmarket is at Woodstock. Those are your Northern Division games. Covington at Culpeper, Charlottesville at Stanton, and Waynesboro at Harrisonburg in the Southern Division. Again, the Royals taking on the Purcellville Cannons. Purcellville comes into the record 15-9. They are in 2nd place in the Northern Division. And they're going to line up like this. Leading off, the right fielder from Auburn, Caleb Freeman. Shintaro Ino, the shortstop from Kansas State, will bat second. Bear Matliak, the left fielder from Jackson State University, will bat third. Victor Figaroa is the designated hitter, hitting cleanup. He's from Florida Southwestern State. Jake Slade, the third baseman from Virginia Tech, will bat fifth. Jackson Michaels, first baseman from Purdue Fort Wayne, will bat sixth. Rafael Fricall, second baseman from San Jacinto College North, batting seventh. Gavin Brawland, the catcher from the University of South Carolina, bats eighth. And batting ninth, Jaquan Smith, center fielder from Florida International. On the mound for the Purcellville Cannons, Jalen Bishop from Florida International, left-hander, making his fifth appearance. He's 0-1 on the season. We'll step aside momentarily as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The Royals will line up like this, leading it off. They're going to have a very similar lineup to last night. There was a change in the original starting lineup. So a couple of adjustments that were made with the Royals 11 and 16, fifth place in the Northern Division. Leading off, Shanley Wall, the center fielder from East Strasburg. He'll be followed by Connie Durschlag, left fielder from High Point. Jalen Hernandez, first baseman from Winthrop, will bat third. Austin Lafferty, the right fielder from the University of Akron, is your cleanup hitter. Batting fifth, Jack Mosh, the third baseman. Peyton Ebbings at second base tonight. He's batting sixth from Kent State. Batting seventh, Brock Palmer, the designated hitter from the University of Texas, San Antonio. Brody Pickett, the catcher from Shenandoah University, is batting eighth. And batting ninth, Landon Bruce, the shortstop from San Jacinto College North. On the mound for the Royals, Will Ross. Ross from the University of North Florida, right-hander, making his sixth start for the Royals. Comes in with a 3-2 record, 2.33 earned run average. Again, Ross, his sixth appearance. He's worked 27 innings, allowed 20 hits, 8 runs, 7 are earned. He's walked 7, struck out 26, 3-2 with a 2.33 earned run average. And wonderful modern technology. I think you get here, get everything set up and ready to go, and all of a sudden it's time to go, and it doesn't want to work for you. Quickly trying to get to some updated current stats on my phone, since my iPad is apparently going to take the rest of the day off. Caleb Freeman from Auburn University, the right fielder, will lead it off. Freeman for the Cannons, a 185 hitter, playing in his 25th game, 12 for 65, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. First pitch swing, and he'll pop it up. Going back on it is Bruce. He'll be called off by Wall, and a 1 pitch out to start the first. Now bring up Shintaro Inu from Kansas State University, starting shortstop for the Cannons. Inu, a 274 hitter, his 25th game, 23 for 84, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. First pitch fastball in there for a strike, 0-1 on the Kansas State shortstop, or the Purcellville shortstop rather. The 0-1 will miss outside. Count evens up 1-1. Ross, as a lot of pitchers do these days, works exclusively from the stretch. The 1-1 lifted toward left field should be easy for Durschlag, as he'll drift back a couple of steps and about 5 feet short of the warning track make the catch in left field for out number 2. That'll bring up Bear Matliak. Matliak, the left fielder from Jacksonville State University. Right-handed hitter. A 295 hitter, playing in his 12th game, 13 for 44, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. First pitch will miss downstairs, 1-0. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. These two teams will get together 2 more times after tonight. Later this week, Thursday the 11th, that fastball in there, strike 2. Purcellville returns to Winchester for the final time this year in the last regular season game of the year, the 23rd in Purcellville. These two teams will close out the season. The 1-2 misses down and away. Count evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first just underway, Purcellville and Winchester. The line, the 2-2. Popped it up, that'll be out of play. The count holds 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think we're just about back to where we were. Ready to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Matlack trying to get something going for the Cannons here with 2 outs in the first. Grounded foul down the third base line. 3-2 is your count. The line, the payoff pitch. That's in the dirt. Matlack will draw the walk. Then we have Victor Figaroa. Figaroa, the designated hitter from Florida Southwestern State. Had a pinch hit home run here earlier this season. A .304 hitter playing in his 14th game. 14 for 46, and that pinch hit home run's the only one he's got this year. He's 1 home run, 5 RBIs for the Cannons. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0, and I believe that home run came in the only game that Winchester won between these two teams. Check of the runner at first, the 1-0. Grounded toward second base, is going to get past the diving Ebbing into center field. Matlack's going to go all the way around to third. And the Cannons with a little 2-out lightning here in the first. A 2-out walk followed by a base hit. And the Cannons have runners on the corners with 2 outs for Jake Slade. Slade, the third baseman from Virginia Tech. Playing in his 21st game for the Cannons, a .286 hitter, 20 for 70. 1 home run, 7 RBIs. The Cannons as a team, 13 home runs. First pitch to Slade. Will miss outside, 1-0. Ross checks the runners, the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Ross retired the first 2, walked the third guy, and he's now at third with 2 outs after the base hit by Figaroa, the 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1-2, and I think Slade thought that was outside. Doesn't look any too happy with the call. 1-2 with 2 outs. Ross trying to work out of a 2-out jam here. The 1-2. Popped it up. Mosh coming down the line in foul territory right in front of the Royals dugout, and he'll make the catch. 2 in the inning, so Slade will pop up in foul territory to end it for the Cannons. No runs a hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. Your score after a half an inning. Purcellville 0, Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Jaden Bishop gets the start for the Cannons here this afternoon. His 5th start, 5th appearance. He's worked 18 innings, allowed 13 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 4, struck out 18. Yeah, let me repeat that for you. In 18 innings, he struck out 18, only 4 walks. He's 0-1, but owns a earned run average of 2.50. So just judging by your earned run averages, should be a pretty good pitcher's duel here this afternoon. And it's no mistake that the Royals seeing another left-handed pitcher. Bishop just getting to the mound, so he'll take his warm-up tosses. Defensively for the Cannons, behind Bishop, out in the outfield, left to right, Bear Madliak, Jaquan Smith, Caleb Freeman. Around the infield, third to first, Jake Slade, Shintaro Eno, Raphael Fracall, Jackson Michaels. Beyond the plate, Gavin Brawland, and again, Jaden Bishop on the mound for the Royals. And for the Royals fans that are listening in and are not familiar with the Purcellville Cannons, Raphael Fracall, I do not know. I do not know if he is related, so you would have to ask somebody with the Cannons organization about that. Bishop finishing his warm-up tosses. As we get ready to get going here in the bottom of the first, no score just underway. Both these teams on 3-game winning streaks, so something's got to give this afternoon. The Cannons hoping to get some help from Front Royal. If they do finish that suspended game and play a regular game with a win here, the Cannons could move into first place. The Royals thinking with a win and some help from Strasburg, they could move into fourth place and get a little bit closer to that Front Royal team for the fourth and final playoff spot. Shanley Wall leads it off, center fielder from East Strasburg. Wall, a .330 hitter, playing in his 25th game, 32 for 97, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Had 4 hits here last night. And an 11-6 victory for the Royals. Fastball misses inside. 1-0. Bishop has his side, the 1-0. And it's downstairs 2-0. Bishop, as a lot of guys do with nobody on base, works in a hurry, the 2-0. That's way downstairs. He's going to short hop the catcher and roll all the way to the backstop. 3 balls and no strikes to the Royals leadoff hitter. Good speed at the top of the lineup for the Royals. And the Royals had Wall on base all night long last night. That's no mistake that he ended up scoring 4 runs. Fastball in there for a strike count, 3-1. Certainly a guy you want on base if you're the Royals, and if you're the Cannons, you want to keep him off the bases. The 3-1. Ball 4, and Wall will draw the walk. That'll bring up one of the newest Royals from High Point, the left fielder Connie Durslag. Durslag playing in just his second game for the Royals. Had a nice start for him last night. 2 for 3 with an RBI. He walked 3 times. Has a .667 batting average, which leads the team, tied with Brody Pickett, but both those guys have only played in 1 game and have 3 at-bats, so would not qualify officially for the team batting title. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, and Durslag thought that was outside. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Down at first, Wall leads the Royals in stolen bases, 12 for 15. He did not attempt a stolen base last night as many times as he was on base. The Royals banging it around the field didn't really need a bunch of stolen bases. The 0-2 to Durslag. Downstairs for a ball, 1-2. Wall, one of the 3 offensive all-star players for the Royals. Wall, Jalen Hernandez, who waits on deck, and Austin Lafferty, who's in the hole for the 3 Royals offensive all-stars. The 1-2 to Durslag. Tapped down the third baseline, but it'll be foul. The other Royals all-stars on the mound this afternoon. Will Ross, one of the 4 guys that represented Winchester. And that game was played in Purcellville, by the way. A ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out, bottom of the first. Bishop takes a look at Wall, the 1-2. Misses outside. Count evens up 2-2. Brawlin tried to bring that in and get the strike called, but Mr. Umpire said, nope, that's off the plate. 2-2. Throw to first, quick throw. Nice play by Michaels to knock it down. That was a bad pick by Bishop. He short hopped him, but Michaels got the glove on it to keep it from going to the fence and putting Wall in scoring position. Bishop comes set. The 2-2 off of the pitch is Wall. Pitches downstairs to throw to second base. Not in time. It's going to get into center field, and Wall couldn't find it right away. Otherwise, he might be at third, but give Wall his 13th stolen base of the season. And he'll be there now with nobody out. A chance for Dursley to drive in his second run of the year. His first RBI came on a bases-loaded walk last night. Count runs full on the Royals left fielder. Check of the runner. That's going to be outside. He's walked the first two he's faced here in the first inning, which the Purcellville fans will tell you that is uncharacteristic of Jaden Bishop. In 18 innings this season, he had 4 walks. He's done half that here in the first 2 hitters, and that'll bring up Jalen Hernandez. 3 RBIs for the Royals last night. He leads the team with 21 RBIs, and that's going to bring a quick visit from the Purcellville dugout. Hernandez leads the Royals in runs scored. I'm sorry, he does not. That's McGinnis leads the Royals in runs scored. Well, let's try this again. We'll look at the right stat. Wall leads the Royals in runs scored. Hernandez leads in home runs and RBIs, and is 1 behind Wall for the team lead in hits as Wall overtook him last night with his 4-hit performance. So Hernandez had 2 hits last night and lost the team lead in hits. If that tells you what kind of offensive performance the Royals had last night. So the Royals first and second, nobody out for the All-Star Jalen Hernandez, who performed well in the All-Star game. Had a couple hits with 3 RBIs. Bishop comes set. We're lefty on lefty here. First pitch fouled into the screen, 0-1. And just because he walked the first 2 guys he faced, Hernandez up there swinging the bat. Got a first pitch fastball, but couldn't make good with it as he fouled it into the screen. 0-1. Bishop comes set. He'll check the runners. The 0-1. Will miss upstairs. Waiting for the umpire. Looked like he was going to come out of the crouch and throw the hand up. He did not. Count evens up 1-1. Bishop comes set. The 1-1 to Hernandez. Big deep breath. Tap towards second base for Call. Will have the easy play toward first. Will not have a play on any of the lead runners. So Hernandez will move him up as he got fooled on the pitch and had to just flip it towards second base. But that moves Wall to third and Dershlag to second, and that'll bring up Austin Lafferty. Lafferty, 345 hitter, playing in his 20th game, 20 for 58, no home runs, 15 RBIs. And he'd like to get a base hit here and see if he can't get himself a little bit closer to Hernandez and the team lead in that category. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hernandez, one of 4 players with 2 RBIs for the Royals last night. Chance to match that number right here. The 1-0 to Lafferty. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0, and now he's got a chance to sit on a pitch and look for something he can drive. Old coach of mine said, get something on your belt buckle and drive it somewhere. The 2-0. Grounded towards short. Up with it is Eno. He'll throw to third to get the runner, and they're going to say he tagged him. So not a good base running play by Dershlag there, is the ground ball right to the shortstop right in front of him. Give Lafferty an RBI to give the Royals the lead. But Dershlag gets thrown out going to third, 6-5 on a questionable base running play, and Lafferty will be the base runner at first now with 2 outs for Jack Mosh. Mosh, a 300 hitter, his 19th game, 18 for 60. And before Mosh can hit, Lafferty gets picked off at first. So Mosh will lead off the second. The Royals get a run, but a couple of mistakes on the base paths leave them wondering what if. A run on no hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Your score after one complete. Winchester 1, Purcellville 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. So it started out as a promising inning for the Royals. Runners on second and third with one out. Produces just one run, but they lead it 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. Michaels for call. Brawland will hit for Purcellville here in the second, 6, 7, and 8. Will Ross back to the mound for the Royals. Jackson Michaels, the first baseman from Purdue Fort Wayne. Michaels, a 273 hitter, his 11th game, 9 for 33, no home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch to Michaels. In there for a strike, 0-1. Good live fastball from Ross. The 0-1. That's in there for a strike quickly, 0-2. Big left-handed hitting Jackson Michaels. The line, the 0-2. Tap foul at the plate. Count will hold 0-2. The Royals, both these teams actually, four guys on the roster listed as catchers, but both teams have 3 of them in the lineup here this afternoon. The 0-2 misses outside. 1-2. Palmer, Pickett, and Ebbing all in the Royals lineup. The 1-2 swung on and missed. He chased a fastball on the outside part, and Michaels down on strikes. So the only Royal catcher not in the lineup is Christian Amaro, and he caught last night, so you hope that there are no issues where he's got to come in and catch. Of course, with the off day tomorrow, but after catching 9 innings on the AstroTurf in 100-degree heat, you know he needs a day off. Breaking ball misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. And of course, Brody Pickett plays his baseball right here for Shenandoah, so maybe not used to the heat, but certainly used to the turf. Grounded towards short, and that's going to get into center field for a base hit. So for call, picks up the second hit of the game for the Cannons. Bring up Gavin Brawlin. Brawlin, the catcher from the University of South Carolina, used to play for a friend of mine who was asked not to come back for his next season of coaching at South Carolina. Brawlin playing in his 13th game, a .324 hitter. That pitch in there for a strike. 12 for 37, no home runs, 5 RBIs. And it's okay. Mr. Kingston has landed on his feet and taken a job in Omaha with the Creighton Blue Jays. So all's good in the Kingston family. The 0-1 in there for a strike, 0-2. And Brawlin none too happy with that call. He doesn't say anything, but you can just tell by his demeanor that he did not agree with that pitch. The 0-2. That's lined into right field for a base hit. So once again, a Royals pitcher gets ahead 0-2, throws a fat fastball, and gives up a base hit to an opposing hitter. Second hit in the inning, third hit in the game. The Cannons have first and second with one out for Jaquan Smith from Florida International University, the center fielder. Smith, a .230 hitter, his 21st game, 12 for 52, no home runs, 4 RBIs. Purcellville trying to get that run back. That's lined towards center field, coming on his wall, and he's not going to be able to get to it. And the Cannons are going to tie it up on 3 consecutive one-outs hits by the 7, 8, 9 hole hitters. Jaquan Smith rifles it to center field to tie it up as Figaroa comes around to score. Still runners on first and second. That's going to bring a visit from the Royals dugout. And you got to go back to the 0-2 pitch to Brawlin, who singled, and then the first pitch base hit by Jaquan Smith. And the Cannons about hit the Royals 4-0 here in the early going, but the Royals did manufacture a run in the first. Caleb Freeman steps in. He's 0 for 1. He flew to center field his first time up. Good speed at the top of this lineup, too, so ground ball double play you'd like to see, but not going to be easy with the speed, and there is good speed on the bases for the Cannons, so something up the alley could very well make it 3-1. First pitch misses outside. 1-0. So Ross struck out Michaels to start the inning. He's given up 3 consecutive base hits, and the Cannons have tied it up here in the top of the second. Looking to take the lead for the first time, the 1-0 to Freeman in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Check the runners, the 1-1. That's downstairs, 2-1. Good sticks coming up for the Cannons with runners on and in scoring position. Very good chance for them to take the lead. Ross is going to have to work around again some trouble here in the second. Fouled into the screen, 2-2. Trouble he got into in the first came with 2 outs, and he was able to get out of it by getting Slade to pop up to third. But 1 out trouble here in the second. It's 2-2 on Freeman. Long stare in, got his sign now. He takes a look at the runners. The 2-2. Grounded towards short. Up with it is Bruce. He'll tag the bag and throw on to first. Pitcher's best friend right there, Freeman. Hits it sharply to Bruce, who was about 2 steps from the bag. He ran over, tagged the bag to retire Smith, and then throws on to retire Freeman to end the inning. But the Cannons get a run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and they'll leave a runner on base. Your score after an inning and a half: Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Bottom of the second, due up for the Royals. 5, 6, 7, Mosh, Ebbing, and Farmer. Mosh is at the plate when Lafferty got picked off of first.
Hey, Royals fans, be sure to stay tuned for the tit-for-tat battle during the fourth inning. Either closing contestant may share who marks out the third-place dugout with the top score.
Throw down to second, and Bishop is ready to go here in the second. Mosh, 300 hitter. He's playing in his 19th game for the Royals, 18 for 60. 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Another of the contingent with 2 RBIs last night.
Number 31, Jack Mosh.
Bishop ready to go. The first pitch to Mosh is going to miss inside, and Mosh has got to scramble out of the way. 1-0. Able to dance out to avoid being hit. The 1-0. That's going to miss down and away. 2-0. So Jaden Bishop, who had 4 walks coming into the game, walked 2 to start the game in the first, and he's 2-0 on Mosh here. Now it's 3-0. So certainly things that this Purcellville crowd, and there are a few here from Purcellville, not used to seeing from this left-hander. The wind, the 3-0. That's right down the middle, 3-1. Mosh gets that same fastball. You got to believe he'll turn it loose here. The wind, the 3-0. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know where he missed. Must have been upstairs because it looked like it was right down Broadway, but Mosh will draw the 3rd walk of the game issued by Bishop, who had 4 coming in. He's almost matched that here in 2 innings. Peyton Ebbing, the second baseman from Kent State University, will stand in. Ebbing, a .217 hitter, his 16th game, 10 for 46, no home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Mosh, 5 for 5 in stolen bases. This Royals team, 61 stolen bases on the season as a team. The 1-0 to Ebbing, fouled into the screen. County evens up 1-1. Ebbing and then Palmer. As the Royals try to reclaim the lead here. Nobody out, bottom of the second, a 1-1 game. Check of the runner, the 1-1 to Ebbing. That's off the plate for a ball, 2-1. Bishop comes set. He checks the runner at first, the 2-1. Ground ball sharply hit to second base for call up with it. He'll throw to second for 1. On to first. Not going to be in time. Ebbing able to beat the wrap, and the throw gets by first. But nice job by Brawlin to get down the line and back it up. So Mosh retired at second. 4-6. Ebbing will reach on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Brock Palmer with 1 out, the designated hitter from the University of Texas San Antonio. Palmer, a .275 hitter, his 12th game, 11 for 40. 1 home run, 8 RBIs. Left-handed hitting catcher, steps in with 1 out. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And if their guy's going to give you free passes, you got to take advantage of those, and the Royals have been unable to really do a lot of that here so far with the 3 walks. The 0-1. Grounded toward short, should be 2. On to second for 1, on to first, not going to be in time. Looked like Eno had trouble getting it out of his glove and didn't get it to second base quick enough to turn it over. Ebbing will be retired 6-4. And Palmer will reach on the fielder's choice, and he'll be there now with 2 outs for Brody Pickett. Pickett playing in just his second game for the Royals. 2 for 3 here, fireworks night with a couple singles and 3 RBIs. hitting .667 for the Royals. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So the Royals again get a leadoff hitter on, but to this point unable to move him around. Still looking for their first hit of the game. The 0-1. It misses inside, and everybody wearing the Purcellville pinstripes thought it was strike 2, but doesn't get the call. Throw to first, and Palmer back in time. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. 1-1, bottom of the second. Bishop comes set, the 1-1. Lifted toward right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Freeman will play it on a hop, and going first to third is Palmer. So Brody Pickett stays hot with the bat, picks up his third hit as a Royal. And that .666 average is going to improve. First hit for the Royals, and they'll bring up Landon Bruce. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Royals. Bruce, the shortstop from San Jacinto College North. A 152 hitter, his 14th game, 5 for 33, no home runs, 4 RBIs. Did not get a hit here last night. Takes a pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to Bruce. Lifted towards center field, but I think Smith's going to have enough to get to it, and he will as it hangs up just enough for Smith to track it down. So Bruce made a bid for a base hit, but unable to get there. The Royals, no runs a hit. They have no Purcellville errors, and they'll leave 2 on. Your score after 2 complete remains Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the third, 1-1. Winchester Purcellville, 2-3-4 to hit for the Cannons here in the third. N.O. Matliak and Figaroa. Will Ross back for his third inning of work in a 1-1 ball game. He's given up 4 hits through 2 innings. He's gotten himself into a couple of jams, but able to get out of it with a pop fly to end the first and a double play to end the second. Throw down to second base, and we're ready to go. N.O. 0 for 1. He flew to left his first time up. Plays his baseball at a place and state that I'm very familiar with. He's a Kansas State Wildcat, Manhattan, Kansas. I know a little bit about the Big 12 in the state of Kansas. First pitch to N.O. will miss inside, 1-0. I'll bet it's a lot of fun playing baseball in Kansas in February. The 1-0. Ground ball to short. Bruce up with it. He'll set his feet, fire on to first. Low throw, but dug out by Hernandez. And they said Hernandez dropped it, but he dropped it on the exchange, trying to throw it around the infield. So he will record the out before he drops the ball. And, out 6-3. And I say the February in Kansas tongue-in-cheek, as I played some baseball in February in Kansas. Matliak, the hitter, he walked his first time up, looking for his first official at-bat of the ball game. Swung on and missed. Good fastball there. Southwestern Kansas is where I played my junior college baseball. The 0-1. Grounded toward third. It's going to be a foul ball as Mosh scrambled to try to get it, but had that been right down the line, it could have been trouble. Fortunately for the Royals, it did hook foul, and it is 0-2 on the Purcellville left fielder. The 0-2, that'll miss way outside, 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the third of a 1-1 ball game. 1-2. Grounded down to the third base side again, foul. Somebody's 3-game winning streak will come to an end here tonight, and somebody will move to 4 games in a row. The Royals achieved their first 3-game winning streak of the season last night with the victory over Strasburg, the 1-2. It's downstairs. Count evens up 2-2. Ross, the wine, the 2-2, popped it up. That's going to be out of play. Count stays 2-2. Cross has his sign. It's 2-2. Just misses outside. Didn't miss by much. Count runs full, 3-2. Tried to get him with a slider on the outside corner. Matliak laid off of it, and Ross didn't get the call. This is lifted toward right. Should be easy for Lafferty. He'll go back a couple steps. Now he comes in on it, and he'll make the catch in right field for out number 2. Been around baseball all my life. You think I know the difference between left and right field by now. Figaroa will be the hitter. He singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He has got the first hit of the 4 for the Cannons here this afternoon. First pitch to Figaroa. Check swing, and they're going to ask if he went. And the umpire, who I can't see because of the post holding up the backstop, says no, he did not. 1-0 the count. The wine, the pitch. That's fouled out of play. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. A run, a hit, no errors for the Royals. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Cannons. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Everybody else under the lights tonight. The Front Royal Strasburg game starts at 6, the 1-1. And again, I don't know if they're finishing up the suspended game or not. The 2-1 in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. It just says pre-game in Strasburg, and it doesn't list 2 games, so we'll try to figure it out, but we may not. The 2-2 to Figaroa in the dirt for a ball, 3-2. The wine, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. He pulled the string, and Figaroa down on strikes. 2 in the inning for the Cannons here in the third. Nothing doing. 3 up, 3 down, and out. The score after 2.5. Purcellville 1, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the third. Royals and the Cannons 1-1. Back to the top of the order for Winchester. 1, 2, 3. Wall, Durslag, and Hernandez produced the Royals' first run of the game. Wall walked, stole second, moved to third on a ground out, scored on a ground out. Royals with just one hit in the game. That came with 2 outs last inning by Brody Pickett. First pitch to Wall downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Jaden Bishop back to the mound for the Cannons. His 1-0 to Wall. High chopper to second base for call onto, and he will throw on to first, and he's going to have no chance. Nothing for call could do about that as he high hopper off the turf. By the time it came down for call, fielded and threw to first, but Wall had already beat it. It'll go as Wall's 5th hit in the last 2 games, and he's on first again with nobody out for Durslag, who walked his first time. And again, Wall leads the Royals with 12 stolen bases. Let's see if they decide to put him in motion. Wall, the only guy on the roster with double-digit stolen bases, or the only guy on the roster, still on the roster with double-digit stolen bases for the Royals, although the team has 61 as a team, 61 for 72 in stolen bases for the Royals as a team. The first pitch to Durslag will be grounded to short, up to second for 1, on to first for the double play. So Durslag will ground into a 6-4-3 double play. Wall will be retired at second base, and again the Royals get a leadoff man on, but can't get him around. The Royals have had the leadoff guy on in every inning, but only to score the 1 run. That'll bring up Jalen Hernandez. Hernandez grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He's a .330 hitter coming in, 24th game, 31 for 94, 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. Tapped to first. Up with it is Michaels. He will throw to Bishop covering, and after giving up the infield single to Wall, Bishop mows through the Royals in easy fashion, gets the double play and the ground out, and the Royals will go down in order. No runs a hit, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 3 complete. Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 4th. Royals and Cannons 1-1. Will Ross back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. He has held the Cannons to 1 run on 4 hits. He'll face the middle of the order, 5, 6, 7. Slade, Michaels, and Fricall. 2 hit for the Cannons here in the 4th. Slade popped to third to end the first, 0 for 1. The Cannons have 4 hits. 3 of them came from the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Fricall, Brawlin, and Smith, all with 1-out singles in the second to produce the Cannons run. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The wind, the 0-1. Lifted towards center field. Wall coming in. Ebbing going back. Wall's going to call everybody off, and he'll make the catch in shallow center field for the first out here in the inning. I bring up Jackson Michaels. Michaels 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. First pitch to Michaels in there for a strike, 0-1. And again, he thought that was off the plate. Ross is 0-1. That's a line down the right field line. That's trouble. It's going to get into the corner. Michaels rounding first, and he is going to cruise into second. Lafferty up with it. He'll get it in. But it'll be a stand-up double for Jackson Michaels. 5th hit of the game for the Cannons. First extra base hit of the contest. And that'll bring up Rafael Fracall, who singled and scored his first time up. Fracall, a .222 hitter coming in, playing in his 13th game, 10 for 45. No home runs, 6 RBIs coming in. He now has scored his 9th run of the game, or of the season rather. First pitch to Fracall off the plate for ball, 1-0. The next 3 hitters for the Cannons have all singled, so the 4 of their 5 hits have come from the four bottom guys in their lineup. The 1-0 to Fracall. Lifted down the right side, but that's going to be fouling out of play. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. 1 out, runner at second. Purcellville trying to jump on top here in the top of the 4th. Ross comes set, his 1-1. Downstairs 2-1. Michaels just picked up the 5th hit of the game for the Cannons. He's at second with the double down the right field line. Looking to score the 2nd run of the game for Purcellville and give them the lead. Fracall trying to move him around. Check of the runner, the 2-1. That'll miss upstairs and goes all the way to the backstop off the glove of Pickett. Pitch nowhere near where Pickett wanted it, but it'll probably go as a pass ball as it skipped off his glove, though it's not where he was calling for it. And the Cannons now have the runner at third with 1 out. And Fracall a chance to put the ball in play and give the Cannons a lead. It is 3-1 on the Purcellville second baseman. Slider will catch the outside corner, runs the count full. Ross could use a strikeout here. It'd be huge for Ross and the Royals. The 3-2 off the end of the bat toward the Purcellville dugout. Will do 3-2 again. The 1, the 3-2. Fouled into the screen. We'll do it again. And Fracall having a good at-bat, fouling off several 2-strike pitches here, staying in the count and trying to get that runner in from third. And the Royals, in a 1-1 game here in the 4th, are going to pull the infield in on the grass and try to cut the runner off the plate. The 3-2. And that's going to cost him as he's going to smoke it in the left field for a base hit. If Bruce is back at his regular position, it's a ground ball to short. And Fracall is out, but with the infield in, he got it through the infield. Give Fracall an RBI. His 2nd hit of the game is now 2-1 Purcellville. As Michaels comes in to score. Double, pass ball, and a RBI single. 6th hit of the game for the Cannons, and 5 of them from the bottom half of the order. Gavin Braylon, he's 1 for 1. Runner at first with 1 out. The 1-0 to Brawlin. Misses inside, 2-0. Fouled out of play, 2-1 the count. Ross will come set. He'll check the runner, the 2-1. Misses upstairs, 3-1. The 3-1 offering. Swung on and missed. He just chased ball 4. So instead of runners on first and second with 1 out, Brawlin's going to face a 3-2 pitch now. And we'll see how that turns out, but Brawlin helping the Royals out there a little bit. The 3-2. Strike 3 called, and he knew it. He thought he was going to first. Brawlin thought it was outside, and he was taking off his ankle protector and headed toward first, but he swung at ball 4, and then what he thought was ball 4 gets called strike 3. And a big out for the Royals here as Jaquan Smith will step in. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. First pitch to Smith. Ross will step back and make everybody reset. So now we're ready to go with the first pitch to Jaquan Smith. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The Cannons have 6 hits. They have 3 in the second. They've got 2 here in the fourth. They lead it 2-1. Check of the runner, the 1-0. That's line down the right field line. That's trouble. Lafferty over to corral it. Runner heading to third, and they're going to stop him there in the second double of the inning for the Cannons. And Jaquan Smith, 2 for 2. So this Purcellville, bottom half of the lineup, has 6 hits. The last 4 guys in their lineup have 5 of 6 of their 7 hits, rather. And now Freeman with a chance to add on to a 2-1 Purcellville lead. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and flown to center. But a base hit here makes it 4-1. First pitch to Freeman. That's trouble. Lafferty on his horse. He's going to track it down and make the diving catch in right center field to rob Freeman of extra bases and the Purcellville Cannons of 2 more runs. Wall had no chance to get to it. It was Lafferty or nobody, and he was on his horse and laid out to make the catch in right center field and save the Royals for the time being. Freeman will line out to right to end the inning, but the Cannons will take the lead with a run on 3 hits. No Winchester errors and 2 runners left on base. Your score after 3.5. Purcellville 2, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and how often do you see it? The guy that makes the great play to end the inning leads off the next inning. Lafferty, who saved the Royals. The 3rd extra base hit of the inning and 2 more runs. So instead of it being 4-1, the runner at second base and 2 outs, the Royals are hitting just down a run. Lafferty's driven in the only Royals run of the game. He reached on a fielder's choice and drove in Wall. which at the time gave the Royals a 1-0 lead. Royals have been out hit 7-2. They trail it now 2-1, and he'll line this one, but it's going to be right at Matliok in left field. Lafferty hit it right on the screws, but right to their left fielder for out number 1. Jack Mosh, he's walked his first time up, was thrown out trying to go to third. I'm sorry, thrown out, yeah, he was on second base with runners on first and second, was thrown out at second on the front end of a double play attempt. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. So Mosh trying to get on base here with one out for the Royals, who now trail it 2-1. Bottom half of the fourth, and I understand the the Cardinals and Express getting ready to get going. That fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. Bishop's blind, the 2-1. That'll miss outside 3-1. Bishop's 3-1, and that'll miss down and away. And he's walked as many here tonight as he had walked the entire season coming into the game. And he's walked Mosh twice, so the Royals will put the tying run on base in the form of Jack Mosh. That'll bring up Ebbing. He reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1. Royals just 2 hits through the first 3 innings off of Bishop. Bishop in 18 innings coming into the game had walked 4 and struck out 18. Throw to first, Mosh back in time. He's walked 4 here this afternoon, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. The Royals unable to take advantage of those walks with the exception of the 1 run. He throws this one in the dirt, but Michael's able to knock it down and keep the runner at first. First pitch to Ebbing. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. So the Royals would like to see the bottom part of their order turn in some production like the Cannons bottom half of the order have done here this afternoon. The 1-0 to Ebbing. In there for a strike, 1-1. The bottom 4 of the Purcellville order, 6 for 8, and have scored both runs. The 1-1 to Ebbing, off the plate for ball, 2-1. The bottom 4 for the Royals in the order, 1 for 4. Although 3 of them have been on base, 2 of them reached on a fielder's choice, and Pickett with the base hit. The 2-1 to Ebbing. Swung on and missed. Swung over the top of a breaking ball. Count evens up 2-2 on the Royals second baseman Peyton Ebbing, normally a catcher, playing second base here this afternoon. Bishop comes set. He'll check the runner at first. The 2-2 to Ebbing. Popped him up. Should be easy as Slade will call everybody off, and he'll catch the pop fly in the middle of the infield over by the third base line for out number 2. That'll bring up Brock Palmer. Palmer 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. First time this afternoon the Royals didn't get the leadoff man on base, but they got him down there with 1 out, so they've had a runner in every inning. Slider in there for a strike, and Palmer thought it was outside. So some pitches called on the outside part of the plate that neither team's been real crazy about. The 0-1 to Palmer. miss outside, same spot, different result. 1-1 the count. Bishop checks the runner. He's 1-1. Tap foul down the first base side toward the Purcellville dugout. 1-2 the count on the Royals' designated hitter, Brock Palmer. Plays his baseball at Texas San Antonio. The 1-2 throw to first. They had him picked off, and they did pick him off. Another good move by Bishop. Second runner he's picked off here this afternoon. As Mosh was leaning the wrong way, he tried to dive back in, but didn't get there in time, and the Royals will get a base runner again, but go in order for the second inning in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 4 complete. Purcellville 2, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action.
The winning number is 717-777. 717-777. Whoever has this winning ticket, bring it to the back of the press box and get this free Winchester t-shirt.
We go to the 5th. Royals down a run. They are underway in Strasburg and apparently not playing the completion of the suspended game, as it says they're in the top of the 1st. So just these 2 games underway. Everybody else under the lights tonight at Culpeper, Woodstock, Stanton, and Harrisonburg. Stanton and Harrisonburg start at 7:30. Culpeper, Woodstock, they get going at 7 o'clock. Ross finishing his warm-up tosses. He'll face 2, 3, 4 here in the 5th. Shintaro Ino will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He's flown to left and grounded out. Ross's first pitch of the inning to Ino. Grounded towards second base, backhanded by Ebbing. He'll set his feet, fire onto first in time. So Inu out 4-3 to start the inning. He's 0 for 3. Now to bring up Bear Madliak. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Madliak has received the only walk issued by Ross here this afternoon. He has given up 7 hits through 4+ innings. The first pitch to Madliak in there for a strike. 0-1. Ross is 0-1. That's in there for a strike, 0-2. There's a right-hander getting loose in the Royals bullpen. Nothing doing in the Purcellville bullpen. The 0-2. Slider down and away, knocked down by Pickett. 1-2 the count. A 1-2. That's ripped down the third base line. For extra bases, another hanging breaking ball on a 1-2 pitch. And Matliak jumped all over it, and he ripped it down the third base line for an easy double. Eighth hit of the game for the Cannons. It'll bring up Figaroa, who is 1 for 2, singled the first. He's also struck out. And that might be the end of the night for Will Ross. And the umpire is going to go out to the mound to break up the powwow. And Ross is going to stay in the game, so I guess they were just waiting for the umpire to come out so he can put in his 2 cents worth on the home plate umpire. But whatever he said to the umpire was short and sweet and quick and back to the dugout. So Ross will face Figaroa with 1 out and a runner at second base, down 2-1. First pitch to Figaroa off the end of the bat down the third base line. 0-1 the count is it. Hooks foul. No balls and a strike, 1 out, top of the 5th. The 0-1 lifted toward deep left field, going back under his Durschlag. He is going to watch it sail over the scoreboard. Figaroa hits his second home run of the year, and both have been right here against the Winchester Royals, and Figaroa has doubled the lead. It's now 4-1. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Cannons here in the 4th, and Figaroa goes yard ball to give the Cannons a 4-1 lead. And you can hear the crowd from Purcellville here with their support. Figaroa had a pinch hit home run here for the Cannons before the All-Star break, but this one in the starting role, and a 4-1 lead for Purcellville, and that will spell the end of the night for Will Ross. So Ross will give way to the bullpen. He goes 4 1/3. He will give up 4 runs. They're all earned. Gives up 9 hits. Walked 1. 2 strikeouts. Did not hit anybody, no wild pitches, and will give up the home run to Figaroa to end his afternoon. See if we can get a number on the new Royals pitcher. It's a right-hander, we know that much. Looks like it's Cord Copley on to pitch for the Royals. Right-hander from Stephen F. Austin will take over on the mound.
Now pitching for the Royals from Stephen F. Austin State University, number 17, Cord Copley.
Copley making his 8th appearance for the Royals, all in relief. He's worked 14 innings, allowed 14 hits, 10 runs, 8 are earned. He's walked 9, struck out 13. He's 1-2 on the season with a 5.14 earned run average. And he will take over for Will Ross, whose night comes to a close. Night, afternoon, whatever you want to call it. We are early evening, I guess. Ross will go down as the pitcher of record unless Copley can hold the Cannons here and the Royals can come back and score some runs to save him the loss. Copley finishing up his warm-up tosses. So just one game being played in Strasburg this afternoon. Purcellville cannot take over first place, but if the Cardinals help them out, they can move into a situation where they're just a half a game behind the Express for the top spot in the Northern Division. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Jake Slade, the third baseman, he's 0 for 2 here this afternoon. Cannons knock around Will Ross for 9 hits and 4 runs in 4+ innings. The 0-1 misses downstairs. Count evens up 1-1. The 1-1 check swing, he went too far, 1-2, and I think he called it on the pitch and not the swing, although I think the swing went too far, but Mr. Umpire said the pitch was in there, so 1-2. The 1-2, that was a better slider than the one before, but I guess that went downstairs to even the count up 2-2. Copley winds his 2-2 offer into the... That's a fastball right down the middle, and Slade takes it for strike 3. So Slade out on strikes. I don't know if he was looking for a third slider in a row or if he just got caught looking for something else, but he took a fastball right down Main Street, and he's out on strikes, and that'll bring up Jackson Michaels. Michaels doubled his last time up, scored the run that gave the Cannons the 2-1 lead. They now lead at 4-1. Michaels 1 for 2. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. So Copley on in relief, trying to silence the Purcellville bats here in the 5th and get the Royals back to swinging it. Foul tip to the screen. Count evens up 1-1. We talked about what the Royals needed to do to get in the playoffs last night. If Front Royal were to go to 8-7 over their last 15 games, and they won last night, the 1-1 off the plate, 2-1, that would give the Cardinals, who's in third place right now, a 20-20 record. The Royals would have to go 10-4 before last night's game just to tie the Cardinals. Well, now it's 9-4 as the Royals did win last night. That's rocketed into right field for a base hit. Another slider that Jackson Michaels stayed back on and smoked for his second hit of the night. The bottom part of the Cannons order again producing. That's the third hitter in the bottom half of their lineup that has at least 2 hits, and all 4 of them have at least 1 hit. Furcall, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scorer, steps in. First pitch to Furcall. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. 10th hit of the game for the Cannons. And we're just in the 5th inning. Copley takes a look at the runner at first, the 0-1. Slider swung on and missed, 0-2. Good hard slider there from Copley. 0-2 the count. Trying to close out the inning right here and keep the Cannons within 3 runs. The 0-2 swung on and missed and got him on 3 straight pitches, so Furcall's down on strikes. But the Cannons will score 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and they leave a runner on base. Your score after 4.5. We're halfway home. It's Purcellville 4, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Jaden Bishop back to the mound for the Cannons, and why not? He shut the Royals down on 2 hits and 1 run through 4 innings. And his offense has staked him to a 4-1 lead here. Bishop will face the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Royals here in the 5th. Palmer, Pickett, and Bruce. Palmer was at the plate when Mosh was picked off to end the 4th. Palmer 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. The Royals just 2 hits so far this afternoon. The first pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. So this team that scored 10 and 11 runs the last 2 nights respectively. 1 run on 2 hits through 4 innings. Fastball upstairs for a ball count, 2-0 on Big Brock Palmer. Trying to get something going for the Royals here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-0 swung on and missed. 2-1. The 2-1 fouled out of play. Count evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the 5th. Purcellville has erased a 1-0 Royals lead, and they have taken a 4-1 advantage through the first half of the game. The 2-1 swung on and missed. He swung at a ball in the dirt. He'll be thrown out, catcher to first, to complete the strikeout. I'll bring up Brody Pickett. Pickett 2 for 3 in his first game as a Royal. He's 1 for 1 here tonight, so 3 for 4. He's hitting a cool 750 in his Royals career. Just 4 at-bats for him, but he has one of the 2 Royals hits here tonight, and the other one was an infield single by the Royals leadoff hitter. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Bishop winds, big deep breath, the 0-1. That's downstairs. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. The Royals have been out hit 10-2. They've been outscored 4-1. No errors in the game yet. Purcellville trying to solidify their playoff spot. The 1-1 downstairs, 2-1. Bishop has his sign, the 2-1. That's downstairs, 3-1. Three balls and a strike, 1 out. As Pickett tries to get something going for the Royals here with 1 out in the 5th. Foul tipped at the plate, and that's off of the catcher, Brawland. And the home plate umpire will walk a new baseball out to the pitcher to give Brawland a couple of minutes to make sure everything's okay, and he gets a pat on the back from Pickett, who completely understands taking a foul tip off the body somewhere. Brawland says everything's okay, I'm ready to go, and he'll get back in the crouch for a 3-2 pitch here. The wind, the payoff. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball, and Pickett's down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for Bishop here in the inning. And the good ones, they get stronger as the game goes on, and Bishop is showing that. He gave up a couple base runners in both the first and second innings. He gave up a base hit in the third. That ended on a double play. Walked a guy in the 4th, picked him off to end the inning. And he's gotten the first 2 here in the 5th. First pitch skips in for a ball, 1-0. Landon Bruce flew to center field his first time up, had a chance to drive in some runs for the Royals when it was 1-1 in the second, but his fly ball was caught by Jaquan Smith in center field, the 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs, 2-0. The Royals off tomorrow night. Back in action on Tuesday at Newmarket, then off on Wednesday again. The 2-0 misses way outside They won't return home until Thursday when, lo and behold, guess what? They face up against this same Purcellville team. Purcellville does not have that luxury. They've got 2 games in the next 2 nights against Strasburg, the 3-0, in there for a strike. So even if Purcellville ends up losing this game and Strasburg wins, they still got a chance to overtake the Express with a couple of wins at home the next 2 nights, the 3-1. Downstairs for a ball. They're going to check first and say he did not go around. So Bruce will draw the 2-out walk. So tomorrow night they play in Purcellville, a game that was rained out earlier in the season. And then they have a regular scheduled game in Purcellville on Tuesday night. And our friends in Purcellville will have both those games for you along the line. The Royals off tomorrow, off Wednesday. So a chance to maybe get some rest for their bullpen and get their pitching lined up a little bit as we start heading down the stretch. First pitch to Wall, and it's going to be lined right at the second baseman. Wall hits it hard, but right to right field for call to end the inning. So the Royals get a 2-out base runner, but can't do anything with it. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. Your score after 5 complete. Purcellville 4, Winchester 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 6th. Royals trail at 4-1. Down in Strasburg, it's 0-0 as they play in the bottom of the second between the Cardinals and the Express. So right now, the 3 Northern Division playoff teams in action. 2 of them in Strasburg and Purcellville right here against the Royals. The Royals need to start figuring out some ways to beat the Cannons and the Cardinals. Those 2 teams combined, the Royals are 2-9 against. The teams along 81 down south, they are 9-7 against. So you figure out baseball. 8-9-1, Brawlin, Smith, and Freeman to hit for the Cannons here in the 6th inning. Brawlin 1 for 2. Single in the second, struck out in the 4th. First pitch downstairs for a ball. The Cannons have 10 hits. 7 of those have come from the bottom half of their order. 2 others from the cleanup hitter, Figaroa, who has a 2-run home run to his credit here this afternoon. Another slider down and away. 2-0 the count. Lewine, the 2-0. That'll miss high and in. Count runs 3-0. So Copley came on to strike out 2 of the 3 hitters he faced in the 5th, and now he's gone 3-0 on the leadoff hitter here in the 6th. Throws the 3-1 fastball, 3-0 fastball in there. Trying to come all the way back to keep Braylon off the bases. Strike 2, and Brawlin was headed toward first, and then that's the second time tonight he's taken a slider on the outside part of the plate he thought was ball 4. So the payoff pitch from Copley. Swung on and missed, and Brawlin, after he thought he was walked, swings at ball 4. That'll bring up Jaquan Smith. Smith 2 for 2 with an RBI here this afternoon. Third strikeout for Copley. He came all the way back from 3-0 down to get Brawlin, and now Smith, who rocketed a double his last time up, swings and misses at a breaking ball. 0-1 the count on the Purcellville center fielder from Florida Atlantic University. He'll take a slider inside. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So if you're in the Purcellville, Strasburg area tomorrow and got nothing going on, the top two teams in the Northern Division get together in Purcellville. Fastball misses downstairs, 2-1. They'll meet the next two nights in Purcellville. The line, the 2-1. Slider in there to even the count, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Top of the sixth. Copley's 2-2. Line down the left field line, but it'll be foul. And roll to a stop in front of the Royals bullpen. Copley's 2-2. That'll miss outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Handful of guys for the Cannons up and playing catch in their bullpen. Looks like two pitchers playing catch and another left-hander starting to get loose as that pitch will miss outside, and Smith will chuck his bat to the dugout. He'll head to first. First walk issued by Copley, second issued by Royals pitching here this afternoon, and we're back to the top of the order for Caleb Freeman. Freeman robbed of extra bases his last time up in what would have made it a 4-1 game at the time. How big is that play by Lafferty now? First pitch to Freeman. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0, 278 the attendance here on hand for this afternoon's game between the Cannons and the Royals. And again, the early afternoon games hurts the Royals' attendance for a multitude of different reasons. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1, none probably bigger than the fact that it's 110 in the shade right now. Can only imagine how hot it is out there on the AstroTurf. 1-1 the count to Freeman. Looking for his first hit this afternoon. That's fouled out of play. 1-2. So Copley trying to keep the Royals right where they're at, 3 runs down, and see if somebody can jumpstart the offense. But first and foremost, got to get through the top of the 6th inning. The 1-2 just misses down and in. Count evens up 2-2. Freeman wears the number 99, and I'm sure there's a story behind why he wears that number, other than maybe Jaquan Smith got here first and wanted number 9, and Freeman couldn't have it, so they gave him 99. The 2-2 to Freeman. Off of the pitch of Smith. Strike 3 called, and Freeman's out on strikes, but Smith will steal the bag. So Freeman strikes out looking on a questionable borderline pitch. It'll give Copley his 4th strikeout, and that'll bring up Shintaro Inu, who is 0 for 3, a couple groundouts and a flyout. And again, I don't know at all what the story is behind Freeman wearing 99, but generally if the baseball player wears a number of that sort, there's a story behind it. First pitch to Ino with the runner in scoring position. Downstairs, that's going to go all the way to the backstop. So Copley will be charged with a wild pitch, and the runner will move to third. And now Royals Air will score that run, as well as a base hit and a few other things. A line, the 1-0. There it is, a base hit to left field. The Cannons have a 5-0 lead, and the wild pitch doesn't really hurt because Smith in all likelihood would have scored on that anyway. Give Ino his first hit of the game. And the the Cannons have added on to the lead, and it's now 5-1. They bring up Matliak. 1 for 2 with the run scored and a walk. He's doubled his last time up. First pitch to Matliak. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Royals getting a little bit further back each half inning. The Cannons have scored 4 runs in the last 3 innings and now lead at 5-1. Need to keep the Cannons off the scoreboard and try to find some offenses. That misses downstairs, 2-0. The 2-0. Downstairs, 3-0. Well, if there's anybody you don't want to put guys on base in front of right now, it's Victor Figaroa, who is on deck. His only 2 home runs of the season have come right here. And he hit the second one last inning. The 3-0. That'll bring Figaroa to the plate as he missed well down and away. Figaroa 2 for 3, a 2-run home run. He singled in the first. He's also struck out. Figaroa's driven in 2 here this afternoon, trying to add to that number. First pitch, popped him up, should be easy. Going back on it is Ebbing. Coming in is Wall, and Wall will make the catch in shallow center field. So Copley gives up the 1 run, but able to get out of it with no further damage. For the Cannons here in the 6th, the run on 1 hit, no errors, a couple of costly walks, and the Cannons will leave 2 on base. Your score after 5.5 is now Purcellville 5, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Royals with their work cut out for them. They've been shut down through 4 or 5 innings on 2 hits. And now trail at 5-1. They scored a run in the first, and that has been it. Off the left-handed pitching of Jaden Bishop. Bishop's only given up 2 hits. He's walked 4, which has matched his season total. But he's been able to work around everything but a leadoff walk to start the first. 2, 3, 4 to hit for the Royals here in the 6th. Derschlag, Hernandez, and Lafferty. Derschlag 0 for 1. He walked and grounded into a double play. First pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Just his second game. Played his first game for the Royals last night, taking over in left field. The 1-0. Grounded toward third. Slade will field, set his feet, fire on to first. Low throw, but Michael's able to make the play for out number 1 here in the 6th. Jalen Hernandez 0 for 2 after a 2-hit, 3 RBI night last night. First pitch to Hernandez. He'll miss outside for a ball. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Cannons. A run, 2 hits, no errors for the Royals. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bishop's gone the whole way for Purcellville, the 1-0. In there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Bishop's 1-1. Lifted down the right field line. Long way to go for Freeman. He is going to make the catch on the line. It hung up just long enough for him. A nice running catch by Caleb Freeman. Hernandez hit it right down the line, but it was able to just stay up long enough for Freeman to make the running, sliding, diving catch right on the line. And Hernandez is out on a nice play by the Cannons right fielder for out number 2. That'll bring up Lafferty, who's 0 for 2 with an RBI. He'll tap this one foul. Just a little bit too much air underneath of it for Hernandez. Otherwise, he's got extra bases down the line. 0-1 the count. 2 outs here in the 6th. Bishop cruising right along. The 0-1 downstairs. Count evens up 1-1. The line, the 1-1. Downstairs for a ball. 2-1. The line, the 2-1. Grounded sharply to short. Eno up with it. He'll set his feet, fire on to first in time. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jaden Bishop and the Cannons here in the 6th. Your score after 6, Purcellville 5, Winchester 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Cord Copley back out to the mound for the Royals. On for his second full inning of work. He came on in relief in the 5th. He gave up a run in the 6th. Purcellville now leads at 5-1. 5, 6, 7 to hit for the Cannons here in the 7th. Slade, Michaels, and Furcall. Copley finishing up his warm-up tosses. Pickett's throw to second base, and we're ready to go. Jake Slade will lead it off. He's 0 for 3. One of just 2 Cannons in the lineup this afternoon that does not have a hit yet. The other one being leadoff hitter Caleb Freeman, and Freeman was robbed of extra bases to end the 4th inning. The Cannons have banged out 11 hits off of Royals pitching here this afternoon, and they lead it 5-1. First pitch to Slade will miss way outside, 1-0. Copley lines the 1-0. Fouled out of play. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Just 2 more meetings between these 2 teams to close out the season. They meet again this Thursday when Purcellville returns to town for the final time, the 1-1. Downstairs for a ball, and they will close out the season on the last day of the regular season in Purcellville on the 23rd. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Mosh. Mosh, long throw across the diamond. He one-hops it to Hernandez, who digs it out for the out. So Slade made a bid for an infield hit. Mosh had a long throw. It one-hopped off the turf right up to Hernandez for the out, and that'll bring up Jackson Michaels. Michaels 2 for 3 with a run scored. He has doubled and singled his last 2 at-bats. First pitch misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. I call that play the old Dave Concepcion play. He's the one that came up with that off the AstroTurf 100 years ago, before most of you were knowing what a baseball was and have no idea who Dave Concepcion is. That pitch downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Probably helps that I'm a huge Reds fan, too. 2-0 the count. Popped it up. Mosh drifts over into foul territory. Should have plenty of room to make the catch, and he does. 2 outs here in the 7th. For Rafael Furcal. Furcal, one of 4 guys with 2 hits in the Cannons lineup here this afternoon. 4 have 2, 7 have at least 1. The first pitch to Furcal. Trying to towards short. Bruce rounds it, makes the play on to first. It's not going to be in time. Bruce tried to hurry his throw as he had to round it and try to throw all in one motion. Furcal will pick up the infield hit. It'll be his 3rd hit of the game. And he'll be down there with 2 outs for Gavin Brawlin, who is 1 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Brawlin, the catcher for the Cannons here this afternoon. Like the Royals, several catchers in their lineup, but he's the only one behind the plate for the game. First pitch to Brawlin. Goes all the way to the backstop as it gets past Pickett, and I think Pickett might have been crossed up. It'll go as Copley's 2nd wild pitch since he came on to pitch. Pickett looked like he was looking for something else, and instead of going down to his haunches to try to knock it down, he tried to catch it. He just looked like he was surprised by the pitch that came in. The 1-0 to Brawlin. Fouled out of play, 1-1, and that's a pretty bad feeling when you're behind the plate. Especially got guys that throw pretty hard. You're expecting one thing and something completely different comes at you. It doesn't matter how much padding you're wearing. Those can hurt. The 1-1 to the Cannons catcher. Fouled into the screen, 1-2. Jaquan Smith waits on deck. He's had himself a nice night here this afternoon. Or a nice afternoon here tonight. Copley comes set, the 1-2. Slider in the dirt, and that gets away from Pickett, and now he's going to go to third as Pickett didn't find it right away, and then he didn't come after it as aggressively as he probably should have. He probably figured Furcal was already at third, but Furcal didn't take off right away, and had he come after it immediately, he might have had a chance with him at third, but it'll go as the 3rd wild pitch, and now Furcal at third with 2 outs instead of at first with the 2 outs. Tapped toward third, big hop for Mosh. He'll set his feet, fire onto first, and this one's going to be a low throw. It's going to get past Hernandez. So Mosh, a couple of low throws in the inning. The first one didn't hurt him, but this one Hernandez can't handle. It's going to score another run. It'll be an unearned run, but it'll go up on the scoreboard as the error will be charged to Mosh. Furcal will score to make it 6-5, and a big error on the Royals there. Brawlin moves to second And he'll be in scoring position now for Smith, who's 2 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. He's also driven in a run. Chance to pick up his second RBI of the game. And that's going to be off of Pickett's glove. It's no advancement by Brawlin. The first hitter of the inning, Slade, hit a sharp ground ball to Mosh, and he had a backhand and a long throw. One hop to first, but that one looked like he just rushed his throw a little bit and threw it in the dirt. And Hernandez couldn't handle it at first. And Brawlin works his way to second for call scores to make it 6-1, and that's fouled into the screen. 1-1 the counts on the Purcellville center fielders. They have, for the 5th inning in a row, scored to add on to their lead, and it's now 6-1. And some of the home crowd heading toward the exits now with the 6-1 deficit. The 1-1 to Smith. That's going to be lined right at the Royal shortstop. It looked like off the bat it was going to get over Bruce's head for another RBI single, but it died right at Landon Bruce to end the inning. For the Cannons, they score another run on a hit, a big error on the Royals, and they'll leave a runner on base. Your new score after 5.5, Purcellville 6, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Jaden Bishop back to the mound for the Cannons. He's shut the Royals down on 2 hits through 6 innings. He will face 5, 6, 7 here in the 7th. Mosh, Ebbing, and Palmer. Those guys have been on base a combined 4 times, but have yet to pick up a hit. Mosh has walked twice. Walked twice as he raced on a fielder's choice in the second, picked off to end the 4th. Mosh, the left-handed hitting middle infielder, playing third base this afternoon, has been playing second base the last several games for the Royals, but moves across the diamond here tonight. And he'll lead it off. Again, no at-bats yet as he's walked both times. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Jaden Bishop has doubled his walk total for the season here this afternoon, but they haven't hurt him as the Royals only with 2 hits off of him. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. Has just 2 strikeouts through 6. That misses, 2-1, and everybody wearing the Purcellville maroon pinstripes. Want to know where that one missed. 2 balls and a strike, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Been all Purcellville since the first inning. The 2-1. That'll miss outside, 3-1, and Mosh a pitch away from drawing his 3rd walk of the game. Looks like a left-hander up getting loose in the Purcellville bullpen. The 3-1, and that's going to be high and tight, and Mosh will draw his 3rd walk of the game. 5th walk issued by Bishop, and 3 of them to the guy that he just faced. We got Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing 0 for 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice and popped to 3rd. Only 2 Royals hits. Shanley Wall leadoff single in the third, and Brody Pickett a 2-out single in the second. And that's been it for the Royals. Leadoff walk to start the game. They manufactured around to get a run in. All no hits. The 1-0 to Ebbing. That'll miss outside 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Royals have been out hit 12-2. Find themselves down by 5 here in the seventh. The 2-0 to Ebbing misses outside 3-0. So after walking Marsh on 5, he's gone 3-0 on Ebbing. He walked the first two hitters of the inning to start the game in the first. But got a couple of ground balls, and then he pick off to end that threat. Throw to first. Mosh is back, and Mosh is like, I've seen that one already. It's not going to work this time, big boy. The 3-0 off the plate, and he walked him on 4 straight, so the Royals get their first 2 on here in the seventh. They need those 2 plus a handful more. And they'd sure like to see Brock Palmer rifle one into a gap somewhere, but before any of that happens, looks like we're gonna have a pitching change. So that'll be the end of the night for Jaden Bishop, and he should get a big hand from this Purcellville crowd as he goes 6 innings and allows just 2 hits. New pitcher for the Cannons, Aiden Adams. Another left-hander for the Cannons to face the Royals. Adams from San Jacinto College North. Adams making his 9th appearance. They're all in relief. He's worked 18 2/3 innings, allowed 22 hits, 10 runs, 9 of those are earned. He's walked 11, struck out 19. He's 4-1 on the season, all in relief, with an earned run average of 4.31. Bishop trying to pick up his first win of the season. Bishop goes 6, allows just 2 hits. He walks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he walked more than that, didn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 6 walks. Struck out just 2, I believe. Struck out the first 2 guys in the 5th inning, just the 2 strikeouts. Did not hit anybody, no wild pitches. Home runs or balks, and he stands to be the winning pitcher. He's just given up the 1 run. It's earned. But the 2 guys on base are his responsibility as Aiden Adams comes on to try to get the Cannons out of this inning, and then we'll see what they do from there on out. Purcellville as a team has 5 saves, with a young man by the name of Duenas leading the way with 2. I'm trying to find his first name, but I can't find it. Can't find him on the roster. First pitch, they're going to ask for help on the check swing. He did not go, so 1-0 the count. The 1-0 to Palmer. Foul tipped at the plate. That'll roll toward the Royals dugout. Count evens up 1-1. Palmer on the game. 0 for 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. Bottom of the fourth in Strasburg. They're still scoreless between the Cardinals and the Express. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Palmer had a home run hat. Comes up empty. 1-2 the count. The check of the runners. The 1-2. That'll miss down and away. And a nice job by Rollin to knock it down. And then he throws it away. He throws it to center field, but Mosh down by 5 runs will just stay right where he's at. Rollin knocked it down and kept the runners where they were, but he thought Mosh was off too far at second base, so he tried to throw from his knees behind Mosh, and he threw it into center field, but a nice job by Smith to back it up before Mosh could move up. So the count 2-2 on Palmer with nobody out and the runners still at first and second. That just downstairs, didn't miss by much, and I don't know how well you can hear, but now Adams asking if it was downstairs, and his catcher says, yeah, apparently, but he doesn't know because it was a pretty good pitch. The Cannons thought it was strike 3. Adams will come set, the 3-2, and he'll spin to second and chase Mosh back. Mosh not a big stolen base threat to begin with, and down 5 runs from second, probably not going anywhere on a 3-2 pitch. And it'll miss, and that's going to hit Palmer in the back. So officially it'll go as a hit by pitch, but it was ball 4 anyway. And the Royals are going to load the bags on free passes here in the 7th inning, and that's how you start a big inning. Get guys on base. And now Pickett, who picked up 3 RBIs in his first game as a Royal, a chance to add to that total. He's 1 for 2 here this afternoon, a base hit and a strikeout. And wouldn't he like to line one out the alley or down one of the lines here? First pitch, grounded toward third, backhanded by Slade. He'll tag third, throw on to first in time. Put a 4-pointer on that play by Jack Slade as he dove down the line to backhand the Pickett ground ball. Got to his feet, tagged the bag, and then threw on to first for the double play. The Royals will get a run. But, boy, that takes the wind out of the sails right there. Gives the Royals a chance to get back into it, and all they get's a ground ball to drive in a run, but they get a double play out of it. Mosh scores to make it 6-2. Ebbings out at third. Palmer's down to second, and now Bruce up with 2 outs and a runner at second. The 1-0 to Bruce, and that's upstairs for a ball. 2-0. Pickett hit it hard and had a chance to get it down the line, but an outstanding play by Slade. Takes the hit away and punches the Royals in the gut, which could have been a 2-run, maybe 3-run double down the line. Turns into a double play where only 1 run scores. And now it's 3-0 on Bruce. Adams comes set, the 3-0. Ball 4. So the Royals get their 4th free pass of the game. I'm sorry, 4th free pass of the inning, 10th of the game. And just the 2 runs to show for it, but now Wall will hit. Wall has one of the 2 hits, and he has scored one of the 2 runs. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to Wall. That's going to be high and tight. 2-0. Now Adams hit the first man he faced. Got the one-pitch double play ball to Pickett, then walked Bruce on 4 straight. He's gone 2-0 on Wall here. And now you start thinking, what if? What if Pickett's ball gets down the line? There's still nobody out. The 2-0 downstairs, 3-0. There is a right-hander just now getting up and playing catch in the Purcellville bullpen, but he hasn't even started throwing off the mound yet. The 3-0, ball 4, and he's thrown 8 straight out of the zone after the one-pitch double play ball to Pickett. And you get Pickett being aggressive with the bases loaded and trying to drive guys in, and of course he wasn't struggling like this after the first guy he faced. He went 3-2 on Palmer and then missed with a breaking ball inside that hit Palmer in the back. Royals going to have the bases loaded again here for the second time in the inning. But now there are 2 outs for Derschlag, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. But before he steps in, we're going to have another visit from the Purcellville dugout. The wind blowing out straight to left with some authority. The flags at attention, blowing out to left. And they are going to make a pitching change. So, though he didn't look like he had a whole lot of time to get up and get loose, he says he's ready and he'll come on to face Derschlag. So Adams goes 2/3 of an inning. Close the book on Bishop. He goes 6 innings, gives up a run. It's earned, 2 hits, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. Bauer Burkhardt will take over on the mound for the Cannons, right-hander from Marshall University. Third pitcher of the inning, third of the game for the Cannons. Burkhardt making his 10th appearance for the Cannons. He's all in relief. He's worked 6 1/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 7 runs, 5 are earned. He's walked 6, struck out 7. He's 2-2 with a 7.10 earned run average. Adams cannot get a decision here this afternoon. He will exit the game. The 3 guys on base are all his responsibility, though he's not given up any runs yet. Did not give up any hits. He walked 2, hit 1, no strikeouts, wild pitches, home runs, or balks. Of course, the 2 outs he got were on the double play ball off the bat of Brody Pickett. And Burkhardt will come on to face the Royals left fielder, Connie Derschlag. So Burkhardt trying to get the Cannons out of this inning. Royals trying to win the last third of the ball game and see if they can't rally for a win here this afternoon. But they've got some work to do. Front Royals jumped out to a 1-0 lead over Strasburg. That game in the top of the 5th. That'll be some good news for some Purcellville fans as they chase the Express in the standings. Burkhardt's first pitch to Derschlag. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Royals could go for a big inning here. A big 2-out rally for 4 or 5 runs would be just what the doctor ordered. Burke hits 1-0, and that'll miss. That'll catch the outside corner, and Derschlag, like I thought it was outside. So the count even 1-1. Derschlag 2 for 3 last night. He has yet to get a hit here this afternoon. He did walk in the first inning. The 1-1. Tap foul to the backstop, 1-2. Royals off tomorrow night, return to action on Tuesday at Newmarket. They don't return home again until Thursday night when this Purcellville team right back to town to close out their visits to Bridgeforth Field. Royals off 2 of the next 3 nights. The 1-2. Line into center field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. They're sending the runner from third. He's going to come in. It's going to be a 2-run single for Durschlag, and the Royals right back in it with some 2-out lightning here in the 7th inning. That'll be the first RBI single for Durschlag. He picked up an RBI last night, but that was on a bases-loaded walk. Palmer scores, Bruce scores, and the Royals have the tying runs on base now for Jalen Hernandez. And if you get the tying runs on base, this is probably a pretty good guy to have at the plate. Wall stops at second. And a long one from Hernandez, and the Royals are right back in front. Hernandez takes the fastball inside, 1-0. Hernandez leads the Royals in home runs and RBIs. So probably the guy the Royals want at the plate in this situation. Lafferty's another good one. He's on deck. The 1-0, the runner off from second. The throw to third is going to be way high. It's an outstanding, another great play by Jake Slade. It's the high throw to third. Slade went up the ladder to keep it from going into left field and put another runner at the plate for the Royals. So give Wall his 13th stolen base of the year. Give Durschlag his first. And now the Royals have the tying runs in scoring position. And just like that, a base hit, and the Royals have tied this thing up. 2-0 to Hernandez, a chance to sit on a pitch here. The 2-0 way downstairs, 3-0. And if you're the Royals and you got guys on in scoring position, you want it to plate. If it's not Hernandez, it's probably Austin Lafferty. So another one out of the zone here, and Lafferty will have a chance to tie it up. The 3-0, ball 4. So Burkhardt has come on to face the Royals here, and he hasn't retired anybody. He's given up a 2-run single and a walk. And again, the base is loaded for the Royals. For Lafferty, who's 0 for 3 with an RBI, you don't think he would like to run one up the alley here? Or even hit one over the scoreboard? First pitch to Lafferty with the tying runs in scoring position. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider there. Lafferty went all out for a first pitch fastball, and he didn't get it. Swung over the top of a hard slider. 0-1 the count on the Royals right fielder, Austin Lafferty. They've got the tying run at second base. The 0-1 will miss inside, 1-1. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Royals trying to rally back into this one. They've scored 3 times here in the 7th. The 1-1. Popped it up into center field. Should be easy for Smith. Lafferty got it off his hands, and the Royals will threaten here in the 7th. But they're going to leave the tying runs on base. For the Royals, they score 3 times on just 1 hit. There were no Purcellville errors, and the Royals leave them loaded. They benefited from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 free passes in the inning, but can only score 3 to get within 2. Your score after 7 complete. Purcellville 6, Winchester 4. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Royals go to the bullpen once again, but with these new fandangled jerseys that have the red, white, and blue numbers, you can't tell who it is. And of course, these jerseys don't have numbers on the front, so that makes it even more difficult. Copley's night will come to an end. And it looks like number 11. So the Royals' new pitcher, Bryson Morrill, is the new Royals pitcher. And he'll face 1, 2, 3 here in the 8th. Freeman, Eno, and Matlack. First pitch from Morrill downstairs for a ball. Morrill, right-hander from McMurray University. The 1-0 to Freeman. That's lined right to the shortstop. He hit it on the screws, but right at Landon Bruce for the first out here in the inning. Morrill making his 8th appearance, all in relief. He's worked 9 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 8 runs, 6 are earned. He's walked 5, struck out 4. He's 0-1 on the season with a 5.58 earned run average. First pitch to Eno in there for a strike. Morrill, the third pitch of the game for the Royals. The 0-1 will miss outside. 1-1. Eno on the game, 1 for 4. He singled and drove in a run his last time. That's a big run now with the Royals down 2. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 the count. Morrill's job's to keep the Cannons off the board here. They're grounded toward first, but foul. The Cannons have scored in the last 4 innings to turn what was a 1-1 game into a 6-4 lead now. The Royals answered with 3 in the 7th to get back into it, but it'd be a whole lot easier if you keep the Cannons off the board and you only got to come back from 2 down instead of 3, 4, 5, 6, or what have you. Got the first man out in the inning. He's 1-2 on Eno. Slider in there for a strike, and Eno down on strikes. And I don't think he was particularly crazy about the call. I bring up Bear Matlack. 1 for 2 with the run scored. He's walked twice. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Morrill's 0-1 downstairs for a ball. 1-1. The 1-1. Lifted toward left field. Durslag should have it. He'll drift back and make the catch right along the warning track. 2 in the inning, so Matlack gives it a ride to left. But the Cannons go in order here in the 8th. Nothing doing. Your score after 7.5 is Purcellville 6, Winchester 4. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Bauer Burkhardt back to the mound for the Cannons as he tries to save it for Jalen Bishop, or at least get him through the 8th. We'll see if they send him back out for the 9th. A long way to go before any of those decisions are made, as he'll face the same place the Royals started at last inning. Mosh, Ebbing, and Palmer. That three set the table for a 3-run rally and got the Royals back into it. Mosh has yet to record an at-bat. He's been walked all 3 times. He has scored a run. In fact, Mosh, Ebbing, and Palmer all reached on free passes last inning. Mosh walked, Ebbing walked, and Palmer was hitting the back to load the bases and set the table for a 3-run rally. So Marshall started off looking for his first at-bat of the game, facing Burkhart for the first time. He can close the book on Adams. Adams gives up 2 runs. They're both earned. First pitch to Mosh popped up into center field. Smith didn't see it right away. Now he'll come in and make the catch. He was hit high enough that he was able to find it, then come in to make the catch, and Mosh is out on a fly ball to center. Ebbing 0 for 2. He walked last inning. So Aiden Adams goes 2/3 of an inning, 2 runs. They're both earned. No hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. He hit a batter, and he will not figure into the decision here this afternoon. First pitch to Ebbing downstairs for a ball, 1-0. A 1-0. This is inside 2-0. The 2-0 to Ebbing. That's downstairs, ball 3. Ebbing making a bid for his second walk in a row. As he's ahead in the count now, 3-0. The 3-0, that's right down the middle, 3-1. 3 balls, a strike, 1 out. Royals down 6-4, bottom of the 8th. They've been out hit 12-3, but they've put to use some payoff. Grounded to short, up with it. Zeno, he'll set his feet, fire on to first in time. So Ebbing gets ahead in the count 3-0, but can't get on, and he's down 6-3. Bring up Brock Palmer. Palmer 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored. First pitch to Palmer. Swung on to miss, 0-1. Royals left 2 on in scoring position, 2 on in the first rather, 1 on in the 5th, and they left them loaded in the 7th. The 0-1 upstairs for a ball, 1-1. So they've left 6 on tonight. But just 3 of those in scoring position, and 2 of them were last inning when the bases were left loaded. The 1-1 downstairs for a ball, 2-1, though the guys they left on base last inning were the tying runs that they couldn't push across. The 2-1 to Palmer. Downstairs for a ball, 3-1. Just 3 hits for the Royals, but they've made the most of some free passes. 9 to be exact. Slider in there for a strike. Count runs full. Well, 10 now that Burkhart has also issued a free pass. 3-2 pitch due to Brock Palmer. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Swung on a miss. He threw a fastball by him. And the Royals go in order here in the 8th. Your score after 8 complete remains Purcellville 6, Winchester 4. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Royals again will go to the bullpen. Looks like number 15, Nick Lorenz, on the pitch, the right-hander from North Florida. Again, with these numbers, it's very tough to tell who it is, but it can't be 16 because that's Connor McGinnis, and there is no 18 on the roster, so by process of elimination, we'll go with Nick Lorenz. Again, Lorenz, the right-hander from University of North Florida. Making his 9th appearance, all in relief. He's worked 12 innings, allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, 7 are earned. He's walked 6, struck out 16. He's 0-1. He's 0-1 of the 5.25 earned run average. Morale cannot win it, cannot lose it. He goes just 1 inning. He faced 3 guys. He retired all 3 of them. No runs, no hits, did not walk anybody, 1 strikeout. And again, he will not figure into the decision here this afternoon. First hitter that Lorenz will face, Victor Figaroa. Figaroa, a 2-run home run back in the 5th, a big shot at the time. Slider will miss outside, 1-0. They since added 2 more since then and now lead it 6-4. Figaroa 2 for 4 on the game. Swung on, fouled off his foot, and that's going to hurt. Right off his ankle and then shot straight to the Royals dugout. And he'll be okay now, but that's going to swell up and it's going to hurt like the dickens tomorrow. Maybe even on the bus ride home. 1-1 the count to Figaroa. That's downstairs. 2-1. 4-5-6 to hit here for the Cannons in the 9th. Trying to add to a 2-run lead. The 2-1 slider in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. Figaroa, he's a big boy. If this baseball thing doesn't work out, he could probably play linebacker for somebody. The 2-2. That's downstairs for a ball. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Nick Lorenz. It's in the dirt, and Figaroa will draw the walk. So a leadoff base runner for the Cannons here in the 9th. And we may see a pinch runner for Figaroa. And Figaroa is going to turn and head toward the dugout, so we'll have a pinch runner at first for Figaroa. Figaroa will finish the game 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. The pinch runner will be Lincoln Pack, the outfielder from West Virginia University. And of course, with Figaroa being the designated hitter, Pack will take over in that spot if it comes up again. But the Cannons are counting on it not coming down to that. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. And if it does come around, they certainly could pinch hit for Pack if they so choose. But that's a long ways away. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2 the count to Jake Slade. Slade 0 for 4 on the game. So he tries to move Packed around here. No balls, 2 strikes. Lorenz is 0-2. That'll miss outside, 1-2. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Cannons. 4 runs, 3 hits, an error for the Royals. The 1-2. It's in the dirt, 2-2. Lorenz checks the runner. He has his sign, the 2-2. Foul tipped off of Brody Pickett to the backstop. The count stays 2-2. The Cannons have 12 hits. They got 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. They have 3 for the rest of the game. The 2-2, runner off of the pitch. Pickett backhands it but can't find it, and Pack will steal second. He'll be there now with nobody out in scoring position. And Slade has worked at full. He's had an opportunity to get on base here. Lorenz in danger of walking the first 2 here in the ninth. Lorenz comes set, the payoff pitch to Jake Slade. Downstairs, ball 4, and he's walked the first 2 here in the inning. Not the way you want to start the inning if you're trying to rally for victory. That'll bring up Jack, especially with the way their bottom half of the order is swinging the bat this afternoon. Jackson Michaels steps in. He's 2 for 4. He doubled and scored in the fourth, single in the fifth. One of 4 guys in the Cannons lineup with 2 hits or more here this afternoon. And Michaels stepped out like there was somebody coming out of the Royals dugout, but there is not. So we'll go to work here now. Nobody out. Runners first and second. Top of the ninth. Cannons trying to add to a 2-run lead. First pitch to Michaels. He squares to bunt and bunts through it. To throw it back down to second, it's not going to be in time as Pack able to slide underneath it. So Michaels being asked to bunt here, and he bunted through it. 0-1 the count. Lorenz comes set, the 0-1 to Michaels. He's not bunting this time. He'll take it inside for a ball, 1-1. Ball and a strike, nobody out. The 1-1. Downstairs, that's going to get away from Pickett. It's going to let everybody move up a bag. So the Cannons don't need the bunt now, and Michaels a chance to drive in a couple. It'll be the 4th wild pitch of the game. Charge the Royals pitching. This one to Nick Lorenz. And now 2-1 the count on Michaels, and the Royals are going to be forced to bring their infield in. Try to cut the runner off the plate, the 2-1. That's nowhere near. It's outside 3-1, and now Lorenz a pitch away from walking him loaded and not retiring anybody in the first 3 hitters he's faced. Lorenz comes set, the 3-1. Grounded right to short. The Royals have a couple runners hung up as the runner from third didn't come to the plate. Now he will. They've got him in a rundown. Pickett will throw to third, and they drop the ball. They say he's safe. Now he's coming to the plate again, and it's Jalen Hernandez that'll make the tag. So the Cannons, a base running error, as Slade thought the contact play was on. He came to third. Pack didn't come home, and the Royals had 2 runners at third base, and it worked out into a rundown to the fielder's choice. They'll finally retire Pack. Slade will end up at third, and Michaels on the play will move all the way around to second on the fielder's choice. I'm not even going to try to score that for you. It was 6-2 to 5 to 2 to 1 to 4 to 6 to something or other. This one lifted toward right field. Should be deep enough to score the run as Purcell will drive in the 7th run of the game for the Cannons as Slade comes in to score. So it's a sacrifice fly, and those walks and the wild pitch are on the board now. Give Purcell his 2nd RBI of the game. And it's now 7-4. And Brawlin with a chance to drive in another one. Cannon's doing all this with no hits in the inning. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. And it wasn't necessarily bad base running, it was just miscommunication. As Slade thought the contact play was on and Pack didn't come, and they had two guys in the same spot. Slider in there for a strike, and Brawlin can't believe it. 0-2 the count on the Cannons catcher. And now the home plate umpire charges out from behind the plate. I'm not sure what just happened. He came out in a hurry, and I think he's heard enough from the Purcellville dugout. I think is what's happened. And he's calling the first base umpire down. I'm not sure what's going on. Now the first base and home plate umpire are going to have a chat. The home plate umpire came out of the crouch and jumped out like he'd been stung by a bee, and then pulled his notepad out of his pocket and started writing something down. So I don't know if somebody said something from the Cannons dugout or if he just needed a 5-minute break with the 0-2 to Brawlin, and he'll ground that into right field for left field for a base hit. And yet another 0-2 pitch from a Winchester Royals pitcher that goes for an RBI single. Give Brawlin his second hit of the game, and everybody on the bottom half of the Purcellville lineup has at least 2 hits. Give Brawlin his first RBI, and Michaels will come in to make it 8-4. So the Royals not doing themselves any favors here with a couple free passes and a walk and a wild pitch, and they give up 2 runs here in the 9th. It's going to make that comeback a little more difficult. First pitch to Jaquan Smith fouled off. Smith 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. The 0-1 in there for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and again the home plate umpire calls timeout. Now he'll step back in. Smith will step back in. We're ready to go. 0-2. 13th hit of the game for the Cannons. First hit here in the inning, but they've gotten 2 runs to go along with it as the slider misses off the plate. 1-2. Cannons trying to creep up on the Express in the Northern Division standings. The 1-2 just misses outside. Count 2-2. Grounded towards second. Edmund can't field it cleanly. Now he'll throw into first, but it's not going to be inside. They do call him out at first. Bang, bang play at first. I thought Smith might have beat it, but the first base umpire calls him out to end the inning and save the Royals an error. The Cannons scored 2 in the inning on a hit. No Royals errors, and the Cannons will leave 1 on base. The work just became tougher for the Royals. They're down 8-4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Winchester Royals to extend their 3-game winning streak. They're down 4. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Bauer Burkhart back to the mound for the Cannons, trying to save this one for Jalen Bishop. His job just got a little less nerve-wracking as the Cannons come up with 2 runs in the top of the 9th to help him out. He'll face 8-9-1, Pickett, Bruce, and Wall. Pickett has one of the Royals' 3 hits. Last time up, he sharply grounded into a double play with the bases loaded for the Royals. He is 1 for 3. First pitch, check swing fouled into the screen, 0-1. If Burkett can finish it off here, he would qualify for the save for the Cannons. It would be his second of the year. Slider in there for a strike, 0-2. Trying to save it for the starter Bishop, who went 6 innings. The 0-2 to Pickett. Just misses outside, 1-2. Burkett comes set, the 1-2. Misses inside, 2-2. Last check, the Cardinals were leading the Express 1-0. That was in the top of the 6th. The 2-2. That'll miss down and away. Count runs full, 3-2. So after going up 0-2, he's missed with 3 in a row. Pickett needs to get on base to get the Royals something going here in the 9th. Payoff pitch to the Royals catcher. Ball 4. They're going to ask if he went, and I didn't think the bat ever left his shoulder. And after going up 0-2, he walks Pickett on the next 4 pitches. And the Royals have a leadoff batter on here in the 9th. That'll bring up Landon Bruce. Bruce 0 for 1. He flew to center field his first time. He's since walked twice and scored a run. And I'm not opposed to Bruce dropping down a bunt down the third baseline, trying to beat it out. Is Slade about halfway back. First pitch off the plate inside for a ball, 1-0. Royals need base runners. They don't care how they get there. The 1-0 to Bruce. Off the plate. Oh, wow. Called strike 1 as that catches the outside corner. Count evens up 1-1. That's lined into left field for a base hit. It's going to get up the alley, rounding second, going to third is Pickett. Bruce is going to cruise in for a double, so Bruce takes the 1-1 fastball and rips it up the left center field alley all the way to the fence. Jaquan Smith tracks it down, and if it's a 1 or 2 run game, they probably send Pickett there and take a chance at the plate, but down by 4, his run means nothing, and the bottom 2 in the Royals order have done their job here in the 9th. They've gotten on base, and we may see a new pitcher for the Cannons. For Landon Bruce, his 6th hit of the game, or sixth hit of the season, that'd be a pretty good game if he got 6 hits in the game. His 2nd double of the season, and we are going to have a new pitcher for the Cannons. So the top of the order coming up for the Royals for the 2nd inning in a row. Shanley Wall is going to see a new pitcher. Just the 4th hit for the Royals. Number 7 on to pitch for the Cannons. That is David Eckes from Florida International University. He'll be the 4th pitcher for the Cannons this afternoon. Being pronounced by the PA guys Equas, so we'll assume they know more than I do, and we'll go with that. Equas making his 12th appearance for the Cannons. all in relief. He's worked 13 of the third innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 3, struck out 17. He's 1-0 with 1 save and a 2.02 earned run average. And this would qualify as a save situation with the tying run in the on-deck circle. So Equos, if he can close it out, would pick up his second save of the season. Burkhart goes 1 and 1/3. So far has given up 1 run. It was earned, but the 2 guys on base are his responsibility. Gave up 2 hits. He walked 1, walked 2, struck out 1. No hit batters, wild pitches, home runs, or balks. And again, the 2 runners on base, his responsibility. Equos, the left-hander. Trying to pick up his second save of the season. Again, he's 1-0. But right now, doesn't care about getting the win. He wants that save. Shanley Wall is 1 for 2. He's walked twice. Scored in the first, was stranded at third in the 7th. Chance now to drive in 2 and get the Royals back to within 2 again. They got to within 2 in the 7th with a 3-run 7th. First pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0. No further activity in the Purcellville bullpen right now, so it's Equos or nobody. The 1-0 to Wall. In there for a strike, 1-1. Equos with the big lefty herky-jerky motion. Makes it a little tough to pick up the ball, I would think, especially for a left-handed hitter. The 1-1 to Wall. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider, and Wall swung over the top of it. 1-2. Equos has his sign now. Shake one off. He didn't like that one. He's got one now he likes. He'll come set, checks the runners, the 1-2. Fastball just misses outside. Everybody in the infield thought it was strike 3, but it goes as ball 2 off the plate. The count evens up 2-2. Wall trying to win the battle here and drive in a couple runs. The 2-2. That's grounded sharply toward right field, into right field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. They're going to hold the runner. Now the runner's going to come in to score as the right fielder, Freeman, bobbled the ball. They were not going to send the runner from third until Freeman bobbled the ball, so it's going to be a hit and an error. So Pickett will score on the RBI single. And then Bruce will score when the ball is bobbled out in right field. It'll be the first error of the game on the Cannons. Charge the error to Freeman, and Wall with the RBI single, and he'll move to second on the air. And now he's in scoring position. For Durslag, who is 1 for 3, and he drove in 2 with a single his last time up. The 1-0 to Durslag. It's in there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. So give Wall an RBI. He's at second base now. Durslag at the plate representing the tying run. Second time in the last 3 innings the Royals have had the tying run to the plate. Sharply grounded toward third. It's a foul ball. The third base umpire made the call. I'm not sure the home plate umpire saw it enough to see it. The third base umpire immediately called it, but I tell you what, it's a ground ball right down the line. It's not going to get much closer than that. Durslag thought it was fair. I think everybody in the Royals dugout thought it was fair. Jake Slade, of course, obviously saying, no, it wasn't even close. Royals trying to rally for a victory here in the bottom of the ninth. They've already scored twice. They got the tying run at the plate. A 1-2 to Derschlag. Grounded right back up the middle, and they had him hung out at second base. Wall took off on contact, and Eckes fielded the ball and had Wall hung out to dry, but he elected to throw to first and retired Derschlag, and then Wall, instead of moving up to third, went back to second. So he thought he was going to get thrown out too, as he slammed on the brakes as soon as Eckes fielded the ball. But in any event, he's at second base now with one out for Jalen Hernandez. And the Royals crowd here would like to see him tied up with one swing of the bat. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. So now you can close the book on Burkhardt. He'll give up 2 runs. They're both earned. Well, maybe not. That runner from third wouldn't have scored yet, so let's hold on counting that one an earned run. The 1-0 is downstairs, 2-0. By all rights, the runner should still be at third. It should still be 8-5 had it not been for the error in right field. So we'll wait to see if that run becomes earned or not. The 2-0 to Hernandez. Downstairs for a ball, 3-0. And again, big Austin Lafferty waits on deck. He had a chance to tie it up in the 7th and flew out to center field to end the inning. Eckes comes set, the 3-0 to Hernandez. Strike one called on the inside corner. 3-1 the count. Now Hernandez a chance to sit on a pitch here and see if he can't find something he can drive and maybe drive out on Cork Street. The 3-1. Ball 4 misses inside, and Hernandez will take the walk. So the Royals again have the tying run on base. And again, big Austin Lafferty is going to come to the plate with a chance to do some damage, and we may see another pitcher for the Cannons. There is a right-hander up getting loose. So far looks like just the conversation on the mound. Maybe buying time for the right-hander to get loose. The entire Purcellville infield on the mound in for the discussion. Now the home plate umpire is going to go out and break it up. And they will stay with Eckes. Pickett and Bruce got it started with a walk and a double. They both come in to score. Shanley Wall an RBI single. Derschlag grounded out to the pitcher, and Hernandez is walked. And now big Austin Lafferty, you'd think he'd like to run one up the alley and tie this one up and be the winning run in scoring position. First pitch to Lafferty, he fouls it out of play, 0-1. Royals still just 5 hits in the game, but a big blow off of Austin Lafferty's bat would send the Royals home with their 4th win in a row. Eckes has his sign. He'll come set. The 0-1 misses inside. Everybody in the infield thought it was ball or strike 2, and Eno throws his hands up on his head. Slade throws his arms out like, where was it? 1-1 the count on Lafferty. Wall off with the pitch, popped it up toward right field. Should be easy for Freeman. Wall's got to throw on the brakes and head back to first. The Royals play hit and run, and it doesn't work out as Lafferty flies out to right, and everybody's got to return. And that'll leave it up to Jack Mosh. Masho for one of the runs scored. He walked his first 3 times up before flying out to center field. And he's the last hope for the Royals here this afternoon. Mosh settles in. He's ready to go. First pitch from Eckes. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Royals played hit and run, and Lafferty flew out to right. So we'll see what they do here with 2 outs. They'd like to, you'd think, get the runners in the scoring position, see if Moss couldn't tie it up, but fastball in the outside corner, 1-1, but you don't want to make the third out and end the game on the bases either. Ball to strike, 2 outs. It's Eckes and Mosh now to decide this one. Wall off of the pitch. That's going to miss inside, and everybody's going to be safe as Hernandez didn't take off right away, but he does get into second with a stolen base. So give Wall his second stolen base of the game, and now Mosh has the tying run in scoring position. The Royals had the tying run on in scoring position in the 7th. And just think, if they hadn't given up the 2 runs in the top of the 9th, where we would be. Those 2 runs to Cannon scored in the top are huge now. The 2-1 to Mosh. Hammered deep to left, right field, going back on it. It's going to be down and off the fence. And they're going to call it a ground rule double. Jack Mosh hammers it down the right field line. It doesn't get out of the ballpark, but it one hops off the fence pole. And it's going to go as a ground rule double to tie the game up. And Mosh comes through in a huge way for the Royals. And Winchester has scored 4 times here in the 9th to tie it up. Give Mosh a double and 2 RBIs. And just like that, now the Royals have the winning run in scoring position for Peyton Ebbing. And oh boy, wouldn't the Royals like to see Peyton Ebbing get a base hit here. Mosh got a fastball up and in, and he hammered it to right field to tie this one up. First pitch to Ebbing. Fouled out of play, 0-1. And how big are the stolen bases? Because if the Royals don't steal those 2 bases, Hernandez has got to stop at third on the ground rule double. So with him being at second, he scores automatically, and the Royals have it tied now. Peyton Ebbing a chance to win it. Eckes comes set, the 0-1. Will miss inside. Count evens up 1-1. Will Ross can no longer lose it. Jalen Bishop can no longer win it. And Eckes can no longer get a save. As we're 8-8 in the 9th. The 1-1. Tap down the third base line, fouled. 1-2. Well, we talked earlier about the Royals' bottom third of their order needed to produce and help them out. And the bottom 3 guys got on in the 7th, scored 2 runs. They come on through in the 9th, get on, score 2 runs, and the Royals a chance to win it now. Off the plate for a ball, 2-2. Ebbing on the day, 0 for 3 with the walk. You don't think he doesn't want to pick up a hit right here. But a huge smash off the bat of Jack Mosh to tie this one up, the 2-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 2-2. So the pitchers of records are the guys that are in the game right now. But somebody's got to score before you have a pitcher of record. Cannon's trying to send this one to the 10th. The Royals trying to come up with a 5-run 9th improbable walk-off victory. Eckes comes set, the 2-2 to Ebbing. That'll miss outside, ball 3. Brock Palmer waits on deck if Ebbing can extend the inning or the game. Base hit wins it, walk extends it. Cannons get Ebbing out. We go to the 10th. The 3-2 to Peyton Ebbing. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Ebbing having a good at-bat. fouling off several pitches, trying to get something he can handle to drive in that winning run. Pickett started this off with a walk. Landon Bruce doubled to left. An RBI single by Shaylee Wall, a walk to Hernandez, and a two-run double for Jack Mosh. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, but a huge inning for the Royals. Just what the doctor ordered. The Royals will score 4 on 3 hits. There was 1 error. And the Royals will lead the winning run on at second base. Your score after 9 complete. Brand new ball game. It's Winchester 8, Purcellville 8. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley League action. Easy for me to say. Freeman will lead it off for the Cannons here in the 9th. And we play international extra inning rules, so Jaquan Smith will go to second base, and he'll be the base runner at second for the Cannons here in the 10th inning. Nick Lorenz back to the mound for the Cannons. First pitch, they squared a bunt, slider in there for a strike, 0-1. So the Cannons trying to get him to third and pick up that run. Lorenz can figure out a way to get the Cannons out with no runs scoring. The Royals a chance to win it in the 10th. The 0-1. Slider in there for a strike, 0-2. Jack Mosh. Quite possibly his biggest hit as a Winchester Royal to tie this one up in the bottom of the 9th. The 0-2 to Freeman. Now you got to make a good pitch and no more 0-2 hits. Fastball down and in. Pickett a good job to keep it from going to the backstop. 1-2. Lorenz is 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. So the Cannons, by virtue of the international rules, have the lead run in scoring position at second base. 2-2 on Freeman. The 2-2. That'll miss outside, 3-2. So after going 0-2 to Freeman, he's now worked at full 3-2. The 3-2. Tap foul toward the Purcellville dugout. The count holds 3-2. Purcellville right back in action tomorrow night to take on first place Strasburg. Those two teams get together the next 2 nights in Purcellville. The Royals off until they head to Newmarket on Tuesday. These two teams right back at it here on Thursday night. to close out their regular season series here at Bridgeport. The 3-2 to Freeman. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Nick Lorenz. Freeman down on strikes. That'll bring up Shintaro Ino, who is 1 for 5. A big one it was, though, an RBI single in the 6th. That at the time gave the Cannons a 5-1 lead. The Royals down 6-1 in the 7th, scored 3 to get the win, then 6-4, and down 8-4 in the 9th, scored 4 times to tie it up. Eno, first pitch takes a strike, and they're 0-1. And it's still a long way away to think about how the Royals should play the 10th, but certainly a couple of ideas that the Cannons don't score. The 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. And boy, oh boy, if you don't walk a couple guys and give up a run in the 9th, you're packing your bags and you're heading home with a 4-game winning streak and a day off. Of course, the Royals just coming off a couple days off. The 1-0, or the 1-1 rather, offside for a ball, 2-1. The next 2 guys up are the 2 guys you want to get. You don't really want to face, well, you don't have to face Figaroa because they took him out for a pinch runner, so Figaroa's night is over because he's no longer in the game. This lifted toward center field, going back onto this wall. Wall is going to make the catch right up against the fence. Eno gave it a ride and made a bid to give the Cannons the lead, but it'll be caught about a step and a half shy of the fence for out number 2. Smith will tag and he'll move to third, and he'll be there with the lead run for Bear Matliak. Figaroa finishes the night 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run and a run scored, and the Royals are going to walk Matliak. And probably not a bad idea with Figaroa no longer in the game. And it's going to be up to Lincoln Pack for his first at-bat of the game. And that's somebody in the Royals dugout knowing what's going on, knowing that Figaroa was out of the game. Pack, the outfielder from West Virginia, playing his 21st game. He's a .238 hitter, 15 for 63, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Swung on and missed, 0-1. And oh, if the Royals can get out of this with nothing scoring, you got a chance to win in the 10th. What a boost that would be. Matliak off with the pitch as he will have to come back as it's fouled off at the plate. The Cannons trying to get another runner in a scoring position for Pack. It's 0-2 now on the Purcellville designated hitter, Lincoln Pack, trying to get the Cannons on top. Once again, the 0-2. It's going to get away, and it's going to go all the way to the backstop, and the Cannons are going to take the lead on a wild pitch. So all that work to get ahead 0-2 and a chance to get out of the inning with no runs scoring. Now the Cannons score on a wild pitch to take the lead. And they have another runner at third base in Matliak for Pack. Pickett did all he could to get to it. He got glove on it, but it got away from him all the way to the backstop. And that'll be easy for Lorenz as he'll field and throw to first. So the Cannons will indeed score the lead run on a wild pitch. And they now lead it 9-8 in the inning. A run on no hits. There were no errors and a runner left. Your score after a 9.5, Purcellville 9, Winchester 8. Royals again, last chance. They need to score 1 to tie, 2 to win. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Cannons will go to the bullpen once again. New pitcher, Nick Gravel from Keystone College. He's trying to come on to save it for Eckes, who would get the win. If the Royals can't score. Nick Gravel making his 10th appearance for the Cannons, all in relief. He's worked 9 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. They're both earned. He's walked 3, struck out 25. Let me repeat that for you. Nick Gravel in 9 2/3 innings has struck out 25. He has no record. Comes in with a 1.86 earned run average. Does not have a save on the season, but a chance to get one here. So the runner going to second base for the Royals will be Peyton Ebbing, who ended the last inning. So obviously, being the 10th inning, the Royals will have the tying run in scoring position because that's how it works. So Ebbing's your runner at second. I understand we have a pinch hitter coming up. Looks like Marshall Lipsy will be the pinch hitter for the Royals, number 2. He is pinch hitting for Brock Palmer. Palmer will finish the game 0 for 3. He scored a run.
Pinch hitting for the Royals from Florida Atlantic University, number 2, Marshall Lipsy.
Lipsy for the Royals playing in his 12th game. He's a .214 hitter, 6 for 28, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Trying to get that runner in from second to tie us up again and become the winning run on base. Dropped down that third base line, and he popped it up, and he bunted it right to the third baseman. He tried to bunt to Slade, and he bunted it to Slade, but he did it in the air. And now the Royals
Number 30, Brody Pickett.
would look like they had a chance to come in and win it in a tie game. They're now down after a wild pitch, and it looks like Pickett's going to be called back. We're going to have another pinch hitter, which is going to have to be Christian Amario because he's the only one left. So Pickett will be pinch hit for the left-handed hitting. I'm sorry, the switch hitting.
From North Carolina A&T, number 20, Christian Amaro.
Amaro, the catcher from North Carolina A&T, will be the pinch hitter here. A .231 hitter, his 17th game, 9 for 39, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. So Pickett pinch hit for after Palmer was pinch hit for. Swung on and missed, nothing in 1. And all that work the Royals did in the 9th to tie it up after a wild pitch gave the Cannons the lead. The Royals down to their last 2 outs now. Popped it up. Slade should have a look at it, but he is gonna just run out of room. He reaches over the fence, and it's just out of his reach. He didn't miss Corral on that by much. And you got to wonder if Connor McGinnis is available for the Royals. He was in the original starting lineup, but was taken out at the last minute, so I don't know what the reason was for that. So if the Royals were thinking about another pinch hitter, he's the only one left if he's available. The 0-2 to Amaro. Strike 3 called. Amaro took it right down the middle, and after the Royals, the Cannons scrounge around and get a run with no hits in the top of the 10th. The Royals can't move the runner up, and it's up to Landon Bruce now, who doubled his last time. At the very least, the Royals need Bruce to get on base and turn the lineup over and give the top half of the order a chance to win it. First pitch to Bruce. High and tight, 1-0. Gravel trying to save it for Eckes, who gave up the lead in the ninth. Gravel comes set, the 1-0 to Bruce. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Cannons trying to extend their 4-game winning streak. The Royals trying to do the same. The 1-1. Check swing. He went around too far. They're going to say it hit him. The Cannons are appealing that he went around on the swing. The home plate umpire has not asked for help from anybody yet. Now he's going to. But Bruce immediately took off the arm gear and he went down to first. It hit him, but the Cannons want him say he went around on the swing. And this is a huge call right here because the Royals are going to have the winning run on base if it goes their way. If not, it's going to be a strike, and Bruce is going to be down in the count 1-2 with 2 outs. And I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter what they decide, somebody's going to be upset. Gravel they're bringing him back. They're going to say he went around. So it'll be a strike, and the Cannons fans happy, and the Royals are not. The umpires got together, decided he went around too far on the swing, and it's no longer a hit by pitch. It'll be a 1-2 count on Bruce, and the Royals down to their last swing here. Nine runs, 13 hits, an error for the Cannons. 8 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Royals. Landon Bruce a chance to tie this one up and extend the game. And he thought he was at first base representing the winning run. Now, Royals down to their last swing. Gravel comes set, the 1-2. Downstairs, 2-2. Gravel comes set. Shakes off a couple signs. Now he'll come set. The 2-2 to Bruce. Just misses. The Cannons wanted it. It's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Royals down a run, bottom of the 10th. Tying run at second base. Bruce trying to get on first. Gravel's 3-2. Fouled into the screen. He might have swung at ball 4, but in his mind, too close to take 3-2. And you certainly don't want to get rung up to end the game. So if there's any doubt in your mind, you better go to hacking. We'll do it again. 3-2, 2 outs. Ebbing at second, representing the tying run. Gravel sets. The 3-2. Popped it up. That's going to be out of play. That's going to land right on top of his. Brawlin trying to find it, but it's behind the press box and out of play. So we'll stay 3-2. Bruce fighting off a couple of pitches to stay alive in the count. How big is that wild pitch now that's let the lead run score? Gravel comes set, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped off the umpire's mask, and now the umpire's going to have to come in and check on the home plate umpires. That came off his mask with some authority, and again it looked like Bruce might have swung at ball 4. But he stays ahead in the count. They're going to get the home plate umpire a drink of water, have the trainer come out and talk with him, make sure he's okay. They're going to give him a new supply of baseballs, and he's back at it and ready to go now with the game on the line. And Bruce back to tell him, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to foul it off your face, but don't ring me up on the next pitch. So Bruce has fouled off 3 in a row, a couple of them probably out of the zone, but with the game on the line, you certainly don't if there's any doubt in your mind. So Bruce a chance to tie this up for the Royals, the 3-2. Strike 3 called. He rung him up on a fastball on the outside corner, and that'll do it. So the Cannons score a run on a wild pitch in the top of the 10th. Nick Gravel comes on to shut it down to win it for the Cannons by the final score of 9-8 for Purcellville. 9 runs, 13 hits in error for the Royals. 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Give David Eckes the win. He improves to 2-0. Nick Gravel picks up his first save of the year. Losing pitcher will be Nick Lorenz. He will drop to 0-2. The Cannons improve to 16-9 as they chase Strasburg for the top dog in the Northern Division. Winchester drops to 11-17. Purcellville's 4-game winning streak continues. The Royals' 3-game winning streak will be snapped as they take tomorrow off before heading down to Newmarket for a game on Tuesday. Purcellville returns home tomorrow night to take on the Strasburg Express. They're home against Strasburg the next 2 nights. Our friends in Purcellville will have the call for you with that one. Winchester on the road at Newmarket on Tuesday, and then back here on Thursday to take on Purcellville again, and I'll be back your way Thursday for that game. The Cannons, they bang out 13 hits off of 4 Royals pitchers, and of those 13 hits, 9 of them come from the bottom 4 guys in the lineup. Rafael Fracall finishes with 3 hits, a run scored, 2 RBIs. Michaels, Brawland, and Smith all with 2 hits. And Victor Figaroa with a big 2-run home run in the 5th inning that gave Purcellville a 4-1 lead at the time. Purcellville had a 6-1 lead, then an 8-4 lead. The Royals rallied to score 4 times in the 9th before losing in the 10th by the final score of 9-8. Again, that's your final from Bridgeport. The Royals off tomorrow, back on the road on Tuesday, and then right back here against this same Purcellville team on Thursday. Mark Sawyer saying good night from the ballpark. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be with you again next week as the Royals continue their quest to crawl into the playoffs. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them. And while you're at it, call your aunt and your uncle, tell them you love them as well. And we will talk to you Thursday night when the Cannons return home. Good night, everybody.